The majestic mascot of the Texas A&M Aggies, the highest ranking member of the Corps, Reveille 8, is here today to join you for College Football Saturday, presented in high definition by Phillips Televisions. Winning on the road in the Big 12 is a challenge. Visiting Kyle Field, home of the Aggies, your head better be on a swivel. Texas A&M is highly motivated. One more victory and it's on to bowl season. The Oklahoma Sooners bring plenty of heat as they pound their way towards a shot at a BCS title.
I'm feeling invincible tonight. I'm alive, take a look into my eyes.
It's always a rough ride in College Station, Texas. Number 8, Oklahoma, and Texas A&M, a Big 12 South showdown. Reveille has the fans fired up because they get to see two of college football's best receivers, Ryan Broyles of Oklahoma and Jeff Fuller of Texas A&M. Welcome now to the rich pageantry and spectacle of Kyle Field in College Station for Big 12 College Football Saturday, presented by Phillips Televisions. Tonight, number 8, Oklahoma meets Texas A&M, and after today's play, here's how the Big 12 South shapes up. Baylor lost at Oklahoma State, so the Cowboys lead the Sooners by a half game. A&M is 2-2. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Fiziak, and this is all Big 12 quarterback Joe Klatt. And all day long, coaches, players, broadcasters have been saying the games to remember are played in November. And for Oklahoma and Texas A&M, the gauntlet of November starts tonight.
It does, and the reason players and coaches say that is because great teams play their best football in this month. This is when championships are won, and both of these teams, especially Oklahoma in an interdivision game, are looking for that trip to Dallas.
Oklahoma is still in that BCS title game hunt. They've got a great 1-2 combination in Landry Jones and also Ryan Broyles.
Well, and Landry Jones, he's just playing such efficient football. They are raving about what he is doing in the red zone. 21 touchdowns, 5 interceptions on the year. That ratio is just absolutely tremendous. Ryan Broyles and what he's been able to do as far as consistency this year for the Sooners has really helped them put points on the board. 10 out of the last 11 games, he's gone for over 100 yards. This guy is a record setter, and tonight I expect him to get a lot of touches early in the game to set the tone and the pace for the OU offense.
At the beginning of the year, everybody's pick for Big 12 Player of the Year was Gerard Johnson, Texas A&M quarterback. He's no longer starting. Junior Ryan Tannehill is.
Well, and he's getting his chance. Mike Sherman, the head coach for the Aggies, has said, you know, Ryan Tannehill's going to be our guy. He came in and gave a shot of energy to not only this fan base, but also this offense. They're playing with a faster tempo. They've run more plays this season than any other team in college football. And Ryan Tannehill's 449 yards a week ago versus Texas Tech set a Texas A&M record for a game. This offense is primed to go against that OU defense. I will say one thing for Ryan Tannehill. Playing against Texas Tech is far different than playing against the OU Sooners. This defense will be faster and more physical than last week against the Red Raiders.
Tannehill against a very good Oklahoma defense. When we return, Darren Horton's in our College Football Saturday studio. You're watching Big 12 College Football Saturday, presented by Phillips Televisions. Welcome back to College Station, and here come the Aggies. And now the number 8 team in the nation, Oklahoma. Today's game is being showed on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the United States Armed Forces, serving in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea. They're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. Welcome and a salute to you from our man in the field, Jim Knox.
Coach, this game is being played on the American Forces Network, and that has a special meaning to you, doesn't it?
It does. I've had the opportunity to go overseas to Iraq and visit some of our troops this last spring, and it was the most memorable experience of my life. So some unbelievable men and women over there, allowing us to be able to play a football game like this what they're doing over there gives us the freedom to do that.
Ryan Tannehill gets the start tonight. What are you telling him he needs to do against this stout Sooner defense in order to win this game?
Well, he's got to be able to trust his teammates. He's got to be able to trust his protection, his receivers, his backs, and just trust the system. He's going to make some good plays. There's going to be some plays they're going to make. They're a good football team. We just got to make sure we make more good than bad.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jim. And Mike Sherman and Bob Stoops of Oklahoma will coach on an absolutely beautiful evening. Temperatures in the upper 60s. You can see the winds out of the southeast at 5 miles an hour. The Cadets are ready, and so are we. Texas A&M won the toss and has elected to defer to the second half. So it's Bullock to kick off to that man, one of the most versatile players in college football, DeMarco Murray, a senior from Las Vegas. College Station, one of the most majestic areas for college football. And Kyle Field, Murray from the goal line, and DeMarco gets it to the 18, and that is it. Let's take a look at the Phillips Television starting lineup for Oklahoma. Their offensive line averages 6'5", 295 athletic tackles, former tight ends in Stevenson and Mensick. And there's Broyles in the middle, that wide receiver. But watch out for Murray. He has 752 yards rushing, 291 through the air. The quarterback, of course, is Landry Jones. And here we go with the Oklahoma Sooners in town with a record of 7-1. Their only loss was at Missouri 2 weeks ago, 36-27. How about Mr. Jones?
And Landry's going to have to start from inside his own 10. Penalty on the kickoff against OU, and they're going to start backed up. Have to get a first down first in order to get themselves back into regular field position.
Murray set off to his right side, and a snap through the end zone. A safety for Texas A&M. A bad snap from Ben Hayburn. And Coach Stoops a little disappointed as Texas A&M crowd all of a sudden energized, and the 12th man can be tough.
That's the last thing you want to do in College Station with this crowd wanting to be at a fever pitch, and Ben Hayburn just snaps it too hard and too high for Landry Jones. But Landry has got to catch that snap. You got to be concentrating on the football exclusively as a quarterback in the shotgun. He misses the ball, it goes out of bounds, and an easy 2 points early for Texas A&M. But more importantly than that, the momentum, and now the crowd at a fever pitch here at Kyle Field.
So Coach Sherman has his chance, early leading 2-0, and now we'll get the football to open really the game, and then they'll get it to open the second half. This is one of the great scenes in all of college football. Kyle Field holds 82,600, and they win almost 70% of the time.
Playing on the road at night is exceptionally tough anyways, but at a place like this where the crowd can get into it and get loud, that's the last thing that you need as a team on the road, is to give this crowd life early. What you wanted right there was a 91-yard drive to really take the air out of the stadium. But now, here we go. Your defense has got to go on the field down 2-0 with this crowd going crazy.
Tressway will kick off from his 20. The left footer puts it up near the 20-yard line, and they will bring it back, and it'll go out of bounds. Let's take a look at the Phillips Television starting lineups for Texas A&M. Their offensive line averages 6'4", 300. They have two true freshman offensive tackles in Jokel and Matthews. The backs and receivers, Jeff Fuller is having an amazing year. 11 touchdowns already with still 4 games to go. The quarterback, Ryan Tannehill, 6'4", 219, junior from Big Spring, Texas.
Going into 2 weeks ago against Kansas, he had only attempted 9 passes in his career. Then last week comes out over 50 and a Texas A&M record 449 yards.
In motion goes Cyrus Gray. Gray has had back-to-back 100-yard rushing games, and Cyrus We'll see Tannehill take it, and Ryan gets the first down. He's past midfield. Tannehill with terrific speed, a former wide receiver to the 21. Every defensive player was going with Gray. That's terrific ball handling in the backfield. You get in there, you ride the running back into the A-gap, make a decisive decision, and now you see the wide receiver come out of the quarterback. Ryan Tannehill used to be a wide receiver. You see the speed down the field, and again, Texas A&M starting very fast. 48 yards in their first play. Now the screen to Swope, to the 15, to the 10. Swope inside the 3. How about these Aggies? Starting fast, and Luke Jokel, the true freshman left tackle, out on the screen, chopping down the cornerback for OU. That was a terrific block from the young kid. Swope, a former running back. And now there's movement on the left side. It looked like Brian Thomas, who opened the year as the right tackle.
On the offense,
now
number 71, 5-yard penalty, first down.
It was Brian Thomas, the left guard, started right tackle due to some injuries, has to move inside. This A&M offensive line, starting with 2 true freshman tackles, and 76, Luke Jokel gets a great block on the outside, allowing Swope to have that cutback lane towards the middle of the defense, and then you see the athletic ability of Swope, the former running back, trying to find the end zone. From the 6-yard line, first and goal. There may have been movement on the right side.
Start on the offense, number 87.
Tight end Nehemiah Hicks, so that's 2 penalties, minus 10 yards. And Mike Sherman saying, fellas, we're at the 1-yard line, first and goal.
Well, this has been their bugaboo. This is the tight end, Nehemiah Hicks, the true freshman. And he's just going to rock back, give it a little twitch in his stance, and alertly Jeremy Beal, the senior, stands up, starts pointing, draws the flag.
Tannehill gives it to Gray. Gray off the right side to the 5, to the 4. Boy, it seems like Ryan Tannehill's been playing quarterback for 10 years, and he's been at wide receiver the last 3.
You can throw an asterisk on this because he's played so much football as a wide receiver. So the stage is not too big for the new quarterback for the Aggies.
32 Gray in the backfield with him. Cyrus again tries. He gets it to the 1, pushed back by the defense. And it's that defense led by Stacy McGee, the sophomore from Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Great hustle from Stacy McGee, too, because Jamel Fleming, the cornerback, is just trying to hold his own against Cyrus Gray at the 1. McGee came around and finally got Cyrus Gray down to the ground.
3rd and goal at the 1. They give it to the fullback. He is at the goal line, pushed back and denied. It'll be 4th down and inches.
So close, and now the decision for Mike Sherman. Does he go for it? They try the fullback belly, and OU does a terrific job right in the middle of that defense. Adrian Taylor and Stacy McGee holding their gaps, and A&M going for it on 4th down early.
The crowd into it. Tannehill to throw. Swings it left for the touchdown. Hudson Prelow. Hayburn made the mistake that cost them the safety. But now Texas A&M takes it downfield very quickly, led by Ryan Tannehill.
They're flooding the zone on the left side. Jeff Fuller is out there. He's going to draw the most attention. What a great design to send Prelow, the second tight end, also into the flat, flooding the zone, finding the open man. Tannehill with his first touchdown, and an easy 9-0 for Texas A&M. All over Oklahoma early in this game. The safety and the touchdown. 9-0 Aggies over the Sooners.
Big 12 College Football Saturday is presented by Phillips Televisions. So amazing you won't be able to take your eyes off of it. The 12th man. Fired up with Texas A&M leading the number 8 Oklahoma Sooners 9-0 in the first quarter. Prelow with the touchdown catch. They went 70 yards in only 6 plays. What set it up was Tannehill on the fake going 48 yards.
Former wide receiver showing his speed on the outside, the elusiveness. I love the play design on the touchdown, though, flooding Demontre Hurst. He's the corner on that side for Oklahoma. They just flooded his zone. Ended up getting an easy touchdown from Prelo.
There's Murray. Last time he brought it out to the 18, but there was a penalty on the play that took them back, and this time it is hammered out of the end zone. For a Phillips television. Texas A&M with a 9-0 lead already today. Number 6 Alabama lost at LSU. Will Oklahoma fall on the road in College Station? This is Landry Jones, and he hits his man, his favorite target, Ryan Broyles, the junior from Norman, Oklahoma. And we talked about this 1-2 combination being so potent.
Yeah, it's no surprise that he's going to go to Broyles early, and now the fast tempo. This is the way Oklahoma wants to play football, snapping the ball as quickly as they possibly can.
Jones flips it to Trey Franks, and Franks is wrapped up by that A&M defense led by Vaughn Miller, the outside linebacker. Here's a look at the defense of Texas A&M, brought to you by Phillips Televisions. They go with the 3-man front. Miller plays linebacker. He will go to end on occasion. Terrence Frederick is their best cornerback. Once again, A&M gets after it. Sean Porter all over it. Landry Jones faces a 3rd down.
Jones threw it right to him and hit Porter directly in the chest. Rolling to your left. He throws it right to Sean Porter. Hits him on his right shoulder. That ball's got to be intercepted. You can't allow those plays to go unpenalized if you're Texas A&M.
Landry Jones was spectacular last week. Threw for 453 yards and 4 touchdowns in a victory over Colorado. Well, he completes the pass here for a 1st down to Trey Franks, the true freshman from Orange, Texas. And wow, has he come on in recent weeks.
Well, what a great job in the pocket from Landry Jones. He steps up, feels the outside pressure, but keeps the ball on the shelf and delivers a strike down the field into tight coverage. The freshman holds on after the hit.
Now 3 receivers to the left side, and they're going deep to a wide open receiver, Kenny Stills, and Jones pass just a little bit too far. He had 20 yards. Some defender forgot about him.
You do not want to see that on film if you're Landry Jones. There was no one within 30 yards of Kenny Stills. He was wide open, and Jones overthrew him by a step.
Frederick had the coverage. Now Jones back to the air, has the ball batted down at the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd down and 10.
A moment ago, Kenny Stills is so wide open because they faked the bubble screen, and then Jones just tries to throw it way too far. He's not being covered. Just if he has to stop, that's fine in that situation. Stop, that's fine in that situation. That's not what you want to do as a quarterback.
Let's see if A&M brings pressure. They will from the inside and outside. Jones gets rid of it quickly, completes the pass. But right there is Terrence Frederick to deny a 1st down. As Broyles already with 3 catches today. That gives him 81 on the season.
But Frederick doing a great job of closing while the ball is in the air. Being there when it's caught in a sound position. Able to wrap up Broyles and bring him down. You see what this A&M defense is trying to do, which is pressure Landry Jones early. Get after him, get him off of his throw spot. He hasn't been great on the road in his career, Steve, and clearly A&M early doing a great job of getting him out of rhythm.
Tressway punting it to Kenrick McNeil, who wears 81 when he's a special teams player. The ball bounces at the 2, and what a punt by Tressway. What could have been the Sooners trying to get right back in it in the 1st quarter. Jones to a wide open Stills. A little too long by inches. Aggie fans enjoying the start to November for Texas A&M with a 9-0 lead. fans, today is the 7th annual National College Football Day, which was created by the AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic to honor the birth of college football. November 6, 1869, when Princeton played Rutgers. To add further significance, the AT&T Cotton Bowl has partnered with the V Foundation to help raise awareness and funds in the fight against cancer. If you'd like to help, text Jimmy V, FB, to 85944 and donate $10 to the V Foundation on behalf of National College Football Day. Ryan Tannehill looked like he got a scrape on his throwing hand after that last touchdown drive. Now 1st and 10 from his own 3. They run it right away, and a big hole up the middle for Cyrus Gray.
Such a huge hole for Cyrus Gray. Again, they go with almost a fullback belly with Cyrus Gray with his hand in the ground, and they get movement along the offensive front towards the play side, allowing that cutback lane and the chop on the left side. That's a great play, getting out of the shadow of your own end zone.
Very good block by Brian Thomas, number 71, on Adrian Taylor. First down again. Tannehill gets rid of it quickly. It had to, because he was knocked down. Intended for Ryan Swope, but Travis Lewis on the blitz in his face.
Ryan Tannehill is the jack of all trades. This is a guy who has had a punt in his career that was down inside the 20. He's been the holder for 104 consecutive PATs made. He's been a wide receiver with a 200-yard receiving game. He's got 100-plus catches in his career. He's got a 400-yard passing game. This is him warming up before the game. He's the most active player in pregame warm-ups that I've ever seen in my life.
And oh, by the way, this week he was named to the all-district academic team, 3.6 GPA in biology. Pretty smart kid as well. Making the adjustment, going from wide receiver to quarterback. Blitz coming from the right side. Tannehill picks it up and rolls away from it. Throws the pass, completes it to Jeff Fuller. First down at the 37.
What a great job from Jeff Fuller, sensing that his quarterback is in trouble. He breaks off his deep route. These are called scramble rules. Every wide receiver has a job, and when the quarterback leaves the pocket, his job is to come back to his wide receiver towards the sideline. That's exactly what he does. An easy completion for another first down for the Aggies.
Now they go back to a run look, but go play action pass and dump it off to Gray, who's a fine receiver. He eludes one tackle and gets to the 49-yard line. A gain of 12. First down. Hurst making the tackle.
The aggressiveness from Oklahoma early in this game is hurting them. They're creating seams via the blitz. When you pressure a team like A&M, you're creating levels in your defense, i.e. taking one away. You're taking the second level away, and if they can crease you, it's a big gain.
They give it to Gray again. He slides forward, gains about 2 to the 49 of Oklahoma. Let's go down in the field to our man, Jim Knox.
All right, thanks, Steve. Talked to Ryan Tannehill before the game, and he said it makes a difference being the starting quarterback. He told me he prepares differently. He watches more film. He stays after practice longer. In fact, he's stayed with Jeff Fuller after practice on Thursday, worked on a few things. It also helps a former wide receiver. He knows what these wide receivers are thinking, and it's paying off so far, guys.
It sure is, and with his left hand, he delivers the football to Bradley Stevens for yet another Aggie first down.
I tell you, he plays with the moxie of a veteran quarterback. This is the type of patience on the shovel pass that you need to make it successful. Bradley Stevens does a nice job. It's almost a middle screen with those offensive linemen releasing and getting downfield to the second level.
They run the middle, not much this time, as the tackle's made by Taylor and Tom Wart helping out from the middle. The 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Phillips Television. Steve Physiak with Joel Klatt and Jim Knox on the sideline. Texas A&M on the move inside the 40-yard line in Oklahoma territory. They blitz. Tannehill runs away from it, throws it up for grabs, incomplete. He was looking for Uzoma Wachiku.
You're looking for keys to tonight's game for Texas A&M. It's got to be Miller time defensively for them. They've got to get pressure on Landry Jones. They've already done that. The All-American defensive end has got to play well. You got to have an encore performance if you're Ryan Tannehill, and you have to hold on to the rock. Turnover-prone team, and if they hold on to the rock, they'll be in this game late.
Oklahoma this time rushes 4. One got through, and he throws it away, and that's what you were talking about.
That's an ill-advised
onto the
throw.
rock.
That's an inexperienced quarterback trying to make a throw on a screen pass. That ball has got to be burned at his feet. When you see this type of mud, if you're a quarterback with that many white jerseys not blocked, you can't float the ball up, and he's got to be disappointed with himself, and he knows it right when he throws it. Oklahoma comes up with a big interception on the second drive, and Brent Venables has got to be pumped up because his defense gets off the field in a crucial situation.
Brent Venables' 12th year with Coach Stoops. Oklahoma, good field position now at their own 38-yard line. Landry Jones throws left side, completes the pass for a first down. And that man is the very talented tight end who's been coming on lately, James Hanna. He's caught touchdowns in 4 straight games. Landry Jones came in 2,547 yards passing, 67%, 21 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. Rolls to his right and wings it and completes the pass for another first down.
When you're looking for keys for OU, first of all, you got to have a Beal advantage on the defensive side. 2 true freshman tackles for Texas A&M. Jeremy Beal has to have a big night. Young guns on offense. How are the true freshmen going to play for OU? And then the offensive tempo's got to go from fast to faster and then to blur late in the game. Get this Aggie defense tired.
Well, the blur guy is number 85, Ryan Broyles. They swing it out to the left side, and a beautiful open field tackle on Roy Finch, pulling him down. Sean Porter, who can play both a nickel and a linebacker.
Well, and James Hanna was stuck on the outside trying to block for that screen pass. They're trying to run a little swing screen to the true freshman Roy Finch, and James Hanna was asked to block for far too long. You can't stock block for that long. You're going to get beat, and he does on the last play.
2nd and 13. The ball is knocked down as the pass was intended for Roy Finch, but knocked down by Sean Porter. Boy, he's had a good start.
He sure has. Coming up this left side of the OU offense, and the right tackle, Eric Minsick, he doesn't get any hands on him. You got to get the defensive line's hands down if you're going to throw that short bubble screen type of offense. Minsick does not get the job done. That's a missed assignment from the right tackle.
Finch stays in the game behind Jones. Landry looks and fires, completes it to Ryan Broyles, and Broyles gets the first down. His 4th catch of the day, and Broyles having an All-American type season.
I don't know.
He had his ankle retaped on the sideline and the last time the defense was on the field.
He's been battling this ankle injury, but I don't know what Dustin Harris, number 22, the corner, was looking at. He's got a man, he's responsible for the flat, and he just starts running inside. That's what allows OU to get the first down.
Defensive coordinator Tim DeRuyter said, we must be aware of where Broyles is at all times. Their offense is so fast you can lose 85. Now they'll run the ball. DeMarco Murray, and Murray slashes forward for about a 4-yard gain.
DeMarco did not have a lot of touches last week against Colorado. Early in that game, he got banged up a little bit. Let's see how they utilize him in this game against Texas A&M already. Normally they like to run the ball a little bit more early in the game. You've seen him go away from that with Landry Jones trying to throw the football early.
Look at this. Oklahoma going with a fullback. Instead they go downfield, and a wide open Trent Rattery. The pass is too tall, and Jones a little hot to receiver Stills for a touchdown, and now Rattery. That could have been a touchdown.
One of the only criticisms for Landry Jones would be the fact that when he gets in tight situations, he tends to hurry his feet. He does not get balanced, and that creates an overthrow situation and scenario. Bob Stoops knows it. He's going to try to calm down his young quarterback, but this is where you need him to make a throw on 3rd down inside the red zone.
Blitz on. Jones steps up, will run. Very close to a first down. We may have a measurement here as Von Miller and Ben Bass were giving chase to Landry Jones.
He's going to be short. He needed to get to the 12-yard line. They're spotting this just inside the 13-yard line. He's going to be short, but Jones still on the field looking for the play calls, and now Oklahoma going for it on a crucial fourth down situation.
Millard is the fullback in front of Murray, and he's a very good blocker, even for a true freshman. Murray, first down inside the 10-yard line.
A great push from the left side of the offensive line, opening up the gap. That's called down, down, and now the kick out. It's the power play. They get it done going north and south for the first down.
Well, how about the power defensive play? And leading the way, Tony Jared Eddy, the 6'5", 300-pound junior from DeSoto, Texas, was all over Murray. Sherman needs his defense to help him out. They have played much better with Tim DeRuyter as their defensive coordinator. And there's Coach Stoops on the other side in his 12th year. He's averaged 11 wins in 12 years with the Sooners. Almost 3.5 minutes this drive is taken. From the shotgun. Broyles was in the slot. He goes away from him. Intended for Rattery, the tight end. Incomplete. And third down. Hunter and Judy with good coverage.
You've got to credit the Texas A&M front, because they're getting pressure to Landry Jones. They're forcing him to throw the ball earlier than he wants to, and Von Miller's a huge part of that. Lucas Patterson, Jonathan Mathis, Tony Jared Eddy up front. They're doing a terrific job for A&M so far in this game.
They spread out one of their tight ends to the right side in Rattery. The blitz is on. Jones has to throw it away. Oh, and in the face of penalty, roughing the passer. Frederick and Garrick Williams were blitzing. It could have been fourth down.
That's the distance of the goal. First down.
That's Scott Novak, the referee.
Yeah, he's the one with the call. The white hat has got to be watching the quarterback. Mike Sherman's not going to agree with this. But Frederick goes up and he puts his hand in the face of Landry Jones. That's going to draw the penalty. Not necessarily late. It's contact to the helmet and to the face of Landry Jones. Personal foul and first down OU.
We could be looking back at this play later in the game, because instead of 3 points, they may get 7. Murray to the 4-yard line, and they'll go to DeMarco. Remember, earlier this year, he scored 3 touchdowns versus Iowa State to pass Steve Owens for career touchdowns with 58. He now has 60 in his career, and of course 12 have come on the ground this year, 3 through the air, so 15 scores for Murray this year. And whistles will go to play
Before
dead.
the snap, legal substitution on a defense. 12 men on the field when the ball was snapped. Half the distance of the goal. Second down.
This was a great job by OU. You notice the fast tempo and snap. The offense did not substitute. The defense tried to run somebody on late, and they snapped the ball too soon. There was 12 men on the field. That's great game planning, because if the offense doesn't substitute, then the defense can't with them. But if they do, like they just did, Trent Rattery ran in the ball game, the tight end. He just got substitutions, and the umpire will allow the defense to substitute now because the offense also substituted. This is the new rule, and the fast-paced offenses has brought it more into the light. Texas A&M, though, having a lot of trouble right now trying to figure out who is on the field, what personnel is on the field.
We have a timeout with 2:28 left in the first quarter. Texas A&M leads the number 8 Sooners.
Timeout.
We're seeing two of the fastest teams in America play, and I mean the speed of the offense, but it can create mistakes.
Well, it can create mistakes. Notice how OU does not substitute. Late, A&M is going to try to run somebody on the field, and as soon as this defender for A&M is trying to get off, OU's going to run up to the line of scrimmage and snap the ball with the 12th defender still on the field. Great game plan from OU. Great utilization of that tempo. If you're going to snap it fast anyways, be aware of where the defenders are and try to draw the penalty flag. OU does.
It's a NASCAR-like game with these two fast teams. Texas A&M runs the most plays in America, 690 this year. Behind them by 3, Oklahoma, 687. This is their 8th play in the red zone on this drive. They give it to the fullback, and that's Millard, who hammers his way to about the 1-yard line.
Trey Miller, the true freshman, he's as versatile a true freshman as you're possibly going to get. That's one of the reasons why they can run so many plays, is they don't have to substitute for their fullback. They can keep him in the game, which helped them get to that 687 mark.
They go back to DeMarco Murray, and DeMarco Murray slams his way to the goal line, but they do not allow him in, and that's Tony Jarrett-Eddy.
We're going to take a look if he got close to the end zone, and no, he sure didn't. His knee was definitely down. Great stop for Texas A&M, but the offense still on the field, and now OU with a 4th down inside the 1.
Jones getting the play from the sideline. Changes up. Murray wants to get the signal. Double tight end. DeMarco. No, he did not get in. It was Von Miller, the All-American.
Von Miller coming up huge for Texas A&M. An enormous play. Noise was a factor, Steve, which is why I don't understand why they were trying to audible at the line of scrimmage just to a play that a quarterback can check to based on defensive line techniques. And then they don't get a hat on Von Miller. This guy was an All-American last year. You got to account for All-Americans. They don't for Von Miller, and they end up getting stopped inside the 5.
Aggie fans enjoying it. This is the way a lot of people expected Texas A&M to play. But they opened 5-3, and after a 3-game losing streak, they've now won 2 in a row by blasting Kansas and Texas Tech.
Definitely playing well. Ryan Tannehill getting thrown into the lineup, but this is the point with an inexperienced quarterback. He doesn't know right now that this is a perfect time to go on a hard cadence, because even if it's a false start, you get backed up half the distance. You see, at this point, you can gain a free 5 yards by going on a hard 2 cadence. And that's something that a mature, older quarterback would know. He'd get in there, he'd say, guys, hold your water. We're going to go on 2, we're going to run this play. But Ryan Tannehill will continue to mature as a quarterback as he continues to play.
What will a mature quarterback do in this 3rd and 8 situation deep in your own territory?
You have to understand all the intangibles of throwing out of your own end zone, but you've got to make an accurate throw.
Tannehill back. Over the middle he goes. First down, Texas A&M to the 16-yard line. Boy, the offensive line blocked for Tannehill well that time.
They sure did. They're playing extremely well. Giving Tannehill time. A 7-step drop inside your own 5. You almost never see that. Gerard Johnson looking on, definitely liking what Tannehill is doing, but they do let Travis Lewis go in the A-gap, but they understand that he can throw hot and protect himself. So Tannehill gets it out over the 15-yard line, and the Aggie faithful are just ecstatic with the way their team is playing right now.
Incredible. Offensively, defensively, Sooner mistakes. Tannehill runs. A&M leads by 9. You're watching Big 12 College Football Saturday, presented by Phillips Televisions. Aggies by 9. Let's go to Jim Knox for the Hass Avocado kickoff.
All right, Steve, I just want to remind football fans, keep that party going. Fresh, creamy Hass avocados, nothing else to do. The 12th man, Joel and Steve, are going nuts out here. These guys are making a difference tonight. They're also enjoying that Hass avocado.
Knoxy is the party magnet, isn't he?
This is a great atmosphere as well. Team's up by 9. They're playing well, and they outgained OU in the first quarter, 153-79.
Kyle Field is a special place. Tannehill hands off Cyrus Gray around the left side, but wrapped up by Travis Lewis and company.
We take a look at our DirecTV game summary for the first quarter. Oklahoma, that safety on the first play, that set the tone, and then Ryan Tannehill comes out. Long run to start their first drive. They punch it in the end zone for that 9-0 lead, but it's been all Aggies so far, including that fourth down stop inside their own 1 on OU.
Tannehill rolling out, firing the pass incomplete. It's intended for Michael Lamoth, his backup tight end, who's a sophomore from New Iberia, Texas. Frank Alexander, though, was pressuring Tannehill. So Lamoth will come out. And it looks like they'll go with a spread formation and split 2 wide receivers to the right side and 2 to the left. Tannehill will be alone, so we may see a blitz from the Sooners. Lewis looks like he might be coming. Travis now dropping back, and Lewis will blitz. Tannehill has it knocked down.
And that's such a crucial third down because now OU gets field position, and they're going to need it because in the last series, that stop for the Texas A&M Aggies goal line defense, stopping DeMarco Murray, one of the most dynamic touchdown makers in college football. Trey Millard almost gets in. This was a crucial stop on third down. DeMarco Murray never really had a chance on fourth down because Von Miller was never blocked. But what a critical series from OU's defense. Going to get the ball now near their own 40 or maybe even 45-yard line.
Ryan Epperson has been very good at denying opponents to return punts, and they do that with Ryan Broyles, who calls for the fair catch. Texas A&M with a 9-0 lead over Oklahoma. A&M with a surprising 9-0 lead. We hope the drama is similar to what happened 6 years ago to the day. Number 2 Oklahoma visited Kyle Field to face number 22 Texas A&M. A big evening for reigning Heisman Trophy winner Jason White, who threw 5 touchdowns, including the decisive one here to Mark Bradley with 6:43 left in the game. Aggies backup quarterback Ty Brannion, subbing for the injured Reggie McNeil, tried to lead his team to victory with time running out. The Sooners won by 7, 42-35, and Oklahoma has won 7 straight since A&M's upset of top-ranked Oklahoma 2 years before that in 2002, and Coach Stoops was there. Oklahoma with the football. They'll run Finch, and he slides forward. A nice defensive play by Stephen Campbell, who's the sophomore safety who's taken over for Stephen Terrell, and he's their big hitter in the defensive backfield.
He is. He's aggressive, and he plays near the line of scrimmage. As evidence, the last play only for 3 yards for Roy Finch.
Broyles to the top of your screen. Finch stays in the game, replacing Murray. Roy's really coming on, a talented true freshman out of the state of Florida. And here he goes, spinning back, but there to meet him is Mr. Campbell again.
One of the best things that defense can do to stop the run is create layers, especially on the backside. Be disciplined on the backside, because in the zone scheme, that's where those creases hold up. Terrence Frederick does a great job staying disciplined and keeping his gap responsibility, not allowing Finch to get that seam.
I beg your pardon, it was Frederick, as you said, not Campbell. Jones back to the air. Plenty of time. Has it knocked down, and what a play by Dustin Harris. A dangerous throw for Landry Fields, who had Green in front of him to run.
He absolutely did. This was probably a poor decision. So much green grass in front of him. He only needed 7 yards to get that first down. He tried to force that ball to Trey Franks, but this Aggie defense very active in the secondary early in this ball game, and OU cannot capitalize on the great field position after their defense gets off the field, and now Tress Way is looking to pin the Aggies deep inside their own territory.
And Way was all Big 12 first team last year, averaging almost 46 yards per punt. He's averaging 44.2 this year, and he's trying to boot it to Kendrick McNeil,
First
but
charge
there's
for the first half.
a penalty.
Timeout on the field.
Timeout, excuse me. It's Oklahoma timeout. 13:03 left in the first half. Stoops a little concerned. Number 8, Oklahoma trails by 9. Tomorrow on Fox NFL Sunday, the Cardinals look to keep pace in the NFC West as they head to Minnesota to take on Adrian Peterson and the Vikings, and plenty of other great action as well. Coverage begins tomorrow, 12 Eastern, 9 Pacific, with the Ford Fox NFL pregame show brought to you by the all-new Ford F-150 built Ford Tech. Check local listings for the games in your area. Oklahoma trying to punt the football. They have been denied, and this is an Oklahoma offense that's averaging 36 points per game and almost 500 yards total offense. Kendrick McNeil awaiting the punt from Tress Way. McNeil standing at his 10. Last time Way put it deep inside that 10. And the left footer hammers it. Short kick. Angling. Hits at the 20 and takes an A&M bounce. And A&M is tackled by Hannah. But that's great field position. We do have a flag, though.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 10. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down. Timeout on the field.
Timeout of the field. Texas A&M on a Tannehill touchdown pass has the lead. When we come back, Darren Horton in our College Football Saturday studio.
Coming up on the Geico Halftime Show, a Saturday of opportunity for the little guy. The Mountain West Conference in the spotlight. Number 3 TCU, number 5 Utah. It was supposed to be a BCS Buster game. We'll see if it was. Plus number 1 Oregon, second-ranked Auburn, number 4 Boise. All your key highlights coming up on the Geico Halftime Show. Let's get you back out to Steve, Joel, and Jim Knox.
Thank you, Darren. And when is somebody going to start mentioning Andy Dalton in the Heisman hype? 355 and 3 scores again today, and TCU looking pretty sharp to get the title game.
Well, with Alabama losing, and then, you know, the happening, what's going on here and what's happening in the Big 12, TCU might find itself in that BCS National Championship game.
Ryan Tannehill back in trouble and is sacked by Travis Lewis at the 4-yard line. Man, he is some kind of fast. They say he's run a 4.34 40 for a linebacker.
He is fast and he pursues the football. Here he is, Travis Lewis, and he's just going to stay with the play. Blitzes in the opposite B gap, and he stays with it, and then finds himself there for the sack. But Ryan Tannehill, he's got to get rid of that ball. He's outside the pocket. Just throw it in the stands. Avoid the big loss.
Brent Venables finally has something to smile about. Here's the handoff to Cyrus Gray, cutting outside, back in, past the 15, out to the 16-yard line. It will be 3rd down and 9 as Carter and Lewis combine to make the tackle. There is Carter, the Thorpe candidate, all Big 12 second team last year. Tannehill and A&M like to play fast. We told you they have had more offensive plays this year than any college football team. Oklahoma showing blitz. Sooners bring 6. Tannehill sacked again, and it's Tom Wart from the inside.
The redshirt freshman linebacker, Tom Wart. He's been playing exceptionally well. Here's Tom Wart. No one's going to pick him up. They were pointing over to the other side. They were pointing towards Travis Lewis, but that's just a hot read. If Tannehill knows that he's not going to be blocked and you're in an empty backfield, you've got a 5-man protection. When they bring 6, that ball has got to come out. So some inexperience for the Aggies and a great game plan from Oklahoma on this series, getting the ball back for the Sooners offense.
Now the punt by Ryan Epperson. Broyles, one of the most dangerous return artists in college football, but there's A&M doing a great job, but a short field for the Sooners. Broyles and Oklahoma coming back. Big 12 College Football Saturday is presented by Philips Televisions. So amazing you won't be able to take your eyes off of it. And brought to you in part by Hass Avocados. Kick off your party with fresh, creamy Hass Avocados. Nothing else will do. Aggie Land, home of the 12th man, Kyle Field, 9-0 Texas A&M. Steve Physiok, Joe Clark, Jim Knox with you at College Station. Landry Jones, the quarterback. Broyles in the slot. Landry throws it opposite way and completes the pass for about a 5-yard gain to Trey Franks. He's tackled by Coriel Judy. Tim DeRuiter has done a marvelous job for Texas A&M, Joe. And one of the things he told us this week was limit the explosion plays. He goes, they'll have a bubble screen go for like 60 or 80 like Ryan Broyles did last week against CU.
Well, you got to be sound in alignment and tackle well, and they've done those things through the first quarter.
Jones dumps it off. A short gain for DeMarco Murray. He gets the first down inside the 35-yard line and then pushed back by Michael Hodges and Coriel Judy.
There's the versatility of DeMarco Murray, the ability to get out of the backfield and catch just a little flat route and then get it upfield for a first down.
There's a flag down as Oklahoma pushes inside the 30.
DeMarco Murray, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 37, Michael Hodges.
It's against Texas A&M.
Offside on a defense, number 93. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Mike Sherman came into this game an underdog. Texas A&M won their first 3, lost their next 3, has won their last 2.
And they haven't put themselves in bad situations in the last couple of games, but this is a bad situation. First of all, you're starting to drive in your own territory. OU is in your territory. That's a short field, and then you give them a 1st and 5 opportunity. This is exactly when OU likes to take a shot, because at worst it'll be 2nd and 5. Look for DeMarco Murray or Kenny Stills deep, especially with a single safety right now in the middle of the field.
Broyles in the slot, Franks wide to the right. Murray right now behind Landry Jones. 1st and 5. He gets the pass inside, and that is Kenny Stills, as you talked about. They get the first down inside the 25-yard line, but Jones got drilled.
This is what I love from quarterbacks. He knows he's going to get hit. He saw the pressure. He gets hit low in the hip. That's going to be very awkward when you get hit that low and kind of fold yourself in half. But that's good composure in the pocket from Landry Jones.
Back to the air he goes. Loses the football. Was his arm moving forward? Texas A&M says they have it, and it was Von Miller with the hit again.
I'm sure that they'll look at this. It looks very close, Steve, as far as whether his arm was going forward or not. But Von Miller has just played so well early in this game, and OU is having trouble with Von Miller's speed on the outside. He comes on the outside. Landry Jones, this will probably be, this is going to be close. His arm was definitely moving forward. It's just a matter of if the hit was moving it forward or, in fact, Landry Jones was moving his own arm forward. I'm certain that this will be looked at further.
Miller forced the fumble. Spencer Neely with the recovery. Boy, that's a close call.
That's going to be very
close. How do you
close.
overrule that?
Well, it's going to be, and that's such a part of replay right now in college football, is the fact, or in the NFL as well, is you have to take into account what was called on the field. That was ruled a fumble given to Texas A&M, so they will have to have indisputable video evidence to overturn this call in order to give it back to Oklahoma. It'll be very close as we start to take another look at that play. We've got some great angles, camera guys working hard. The officials now on the phone with our truck getting all the right angles. Here's another one from Landry Jones as his arm, it's just a matter of if he was losing possession before. His arm, Steve, was definitely coming forward. It's just a matter of where did the football start coming loose? Where did he start losing possession? This is when the hit takes place. The arm is moving forward. It's just a matter of when they feel like he actually lost possession of the ball.
It must be definitive for them to overrule the officials on the field.
That'll be very tough. That's a great look from our guys. There's where the hit takes place, and now it's just a matter of, and the ball was definitely, I feel like it was coming loose. You see his fingers on the ball. They started to, you know, when you can bend your fingers, that means the ball's out of your hand, and it was when his hand was actually rising and not moving forward, and that's what they'll be looking at. When was it moving forward? I would think, Steve, that they're going to take a couple more looks at this. This is probably going to be a lengthy review. And again, the most important part, it was ruled a fumble on the field, so they have to conclude that the video evidence is enough to overturn that if OU is to retain possession.
This will be Scott Novak with the call as he's talking to the officials up in the booth. Coach Stoops, Mike Sherman, you can see Bob talking about the play. His arm was moving forward, but he doesn't
trying to
see all
reenact
the,
it right there. He's trying to convince everybody, and very nonchalantly, and his blood pressure will go through the roof as if this is,
meantime,
ruled a fumble like it was on the field.
I think Landry Jones is on the sideline saying, fellas, would somebody put a hat on 40? Von Miller, back from that high ankle sprain. He has been playing like the All-American that led the nation in sacks last year with an amazing 17. And Von has just 3 this year, but limited early because of that high ankle sprain he suffered in game 1.
But when we're on the phone with those coaches and his name comes up, boy, Tim DeRuyter, the defensive coordinator, and Mike Sherman, the head coach, they talk glowingly about the way he is playing right now. He's playing the best football that he has here at A&M. Not only is he healthy, but he is also being game planned against. And clearly, OU hasn't done that. And now they're paying the price because his speed rushing around the edge has just wreaked havoc. Even the 4th down stop on the run inside the 5-yard line.
Which way will the officials go? This could be a swing for both teams. Landry Jones wants that football back. He was driving his team down the field. The Sooners already turned back on a 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. Murray was stopped at the goal line. And Coach Stoops, who averages 36 points per game, shut out in this first half.
And normally they score so quickly. The first quarter has been so great for them historically, but especially this year. My hunch is always the longer they look, it means they're trying to overturn it, but they just can't get that definitive piece of evidence.
That's a good point, Joel.
Not that they're trying to overturn it, but it looks like they should, but they just can't get that one piece of definitive video evidence.
The officials know.
I tell you, watching that over and over again, I think that they're going to overturn this. I think that this is going to be OU football.
Forward.
OU football. I really believe this will be OU football right now. And what's taking so long is they're looking at the time on the clock, the down, where to spot the ball, what down is it, where were the chains, so where's the first down marker supposed to be? Because right now the chains are set for first down Texas A&M.
After further review, the quarterback had control of the ball as his arm was coming forward. Therefore, it's an incomplete pass. It will be 2nd down and 10 for Oklahoma at the 24-yard line.
Stoops loves it. Sherman hates it. 12th man unhappy here at Kyle Field. Von Miller denied on his blitz of Landry Jones.
Take another look right here. They're saying he had control. His arm was moving forward. You can definitely make that argument, I guess, Steve. His arm was definitely moving forward. It was just a matter of if he still had possession like we were speculating earlier. But that's all done now. It's going to be 2nd and 10. The 24-yard line. 9:16 left in the second quarter, and OU having a great opportunity again. Remember, they were in the red zone earlier in this game and got 0 points out of it. Now 4 yards away from the red zone.
Do you go deep because Texas A&M's defense might be thinking about the pass? But they should have been on the sideline. We'll see. Jones swings it off right side. Murray with the catch, but look at the defense. No, they were focused. Outstanding defense by Garrick Williams, the middle linebacker from DeSoto, Texas.
What's hard about going deep against Texas A&M right now is that you can't block Von Miller, so you don't have the time to go deep. That's why they're going horizontal.
3rd down. Jones sacked at the 38 out Eddie Brown and Von Miller. Brown from the inside, Miller from the outside.
It's exactly what we were just talking about, Steve. You don't have the ability to go down the field because no one can block Von Miller. And then Jared Eddy gets in the middle of it as well from his nose tackle position. And this front for Texas A&M, they don't even have to blitz right now. They're using a front three and getting to the quarterback, who commits a cardinal sin and takes a sack, knocking himself out of field goal range. Now Tress Way has to punt it away.
McNeil inside the 10. Texas A&M will have the football near the 15-yard line. Here's a recap.
It started early, Steve. I tell you what, the miscues for OU, that safety early, and then this is the first snap on offense for Texas A&M. Ryan Tannehill gets it done, racing down the field. And then on 4th down, Mike Sherman gambles for it. They flood the left side in the flat. They get into the end zone with Prelo. OU goes for it on 4th down, and guess who it is? Our man, the All-American Von Miller, stops OU on 4th down, and he comes up with a big sack on 3rd down on the last possession.
The flag down. Gray gets the first down up the middle, but who's the flag against? It came out quickly.
The timing and who threw that is either going to be a hold or a chop block right now. When the umpire throws it, that's what the call usually is.
Personal foul, chop block on the offense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
I'm proud to be working with an all Big 12 quarterback, Joel Klatt, who knows the game so well. You were all over that.
When the runner is in the middle of the line of scrimmage and the flag comes out, then that's a hold or a chop block almost 100% of the time. And this, the personal foul variety, this is going to put you all the way inside your 10. As a quarterback, I go into ultra conservative mode right here because you do not want to turn the ball over up 9-0 inside your own red zone.
7 penalties already against Texas A&M, and they still have the lead. Ryan Tannehill replacing Gerard Johnson, fires, and is it intercepted? What are they ruling? It's incomplete. I thought it hit turf before it was gobbled up by DeMontre Hurst.
Tannehill looking to the outside. This was a miscommunication. Thought his receiver was going to break inside. That doesn't happen. And man, Wachaku almost burns him because this ball very close to being picked off. But yes, it was a correct call. It does hit the ground as DeMontre Hurst was trying to intercept that ball again inside Texas A&M's red zone.
Blitz from the corner. They run to the right. This is Ryan Swope, and Swope is out to the 19-yard line. It will be 3rd down and about 5 yards to go. Swope, who was a running back out of Westlake High School in Austin, Texas. Tannehill very quickly up to that line of scrimmage. Swope is in the slot, top of your screen. He looks Ryan's way, then rolls away as Ryan's covered, goes downfield, completes the pass to Swope, 1st down at the 48. Quinn Carter on the tackle.
Adjusting to the situation. This was supposed to be a screen to Fuller on the outside. Tannehill adjusts, gets out of the pocket, and then goes down the field to Swope, who continues on his route. That's a great adjustment by 2 veteran players on offense for Texas A&M.
Jeff Fuller, who's had amazing back-to-back games, has not caught a pass. Tannehill goes to the right side to Gray for a short gain of 2 yards. The 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Phillips Televisions. What a great start we've had at College Station. Ryan Tannehill with a touchdown throw to Hudson Prelo. Meantime, the A&M defense, their best performance of the year. Tannehill runs to the right, gains about 3 to the 47. Clock at 6:05 left in the first half.
What a play from Jamel Fleming, number 32, the corner for OU, because he took on the true freshman Jake Matthews, number 75, on the edge. A&M had the numbers. They had hats for hats, and Fleming just made an exceptional play, beat Matthews, and brought Tannehill down to the ground to force a 3rd down.
Instead of first down, it's 3rd and 4. And we have whistles that stop
Timeout,
play.
Oklahoma.
Timeout,
Second
Oklahoma.
charge of the first half. 30-second timeout.
Let's go down on the field to Jim Knox.
I tell you what, Steve, the name of the game right now, that Aggie defense directly behind me. These guys calm, cool, and collected. Defensive coach comes over, and guys, got to keep fighting, keep fighting. Von Miller, I've never seen this guy so pumped up. He's healthy for the first time this season, and it is showing. The 12th man's into this game, the Aggie defense. Who would have thought? Oklahoma out of the end zone, and we're almost hitting halftime.
And DeRuyter knew how good this Oklahoma team was. He said the Sooners are the fastest team we've seen. They're quick to the huddle, quick to the line, quick to run plays.
Well, they're versatile. They don't have to sub. They can run a lot of plays. And the defense, they've responded well. And right now, Texas A&M, both play callers, offense and defense, everything that they're going to is just pure gold. Whereas Brent Venables, the defensive coordinator for OU, he's had to go pure base defense on normal downs. And then in 3rd down, he goes to a dime front, 3 down, and he usually heats up Tannehill. Let's see if he stays with it.
Now a fumble. Oklahoma was diving for it, but looked like Tannehill was able to come up with it, although the Sooners will get the football with 5.5 minutes left. 4th down, you've got to believe that Sherman will punt here.
Definitely going to punt, and we've seen a couple of shotgun snaps mishandled by the quarterbacks today. Tannehill was just lucky that he got that ball back. Corey Nelson was coming charging hard from his linebacker position. He's a true freshman from Dallas, Texas. He almost got on that football.
Broyles, fair catch at the 20.
That was a great drive from Texas A&M. I know they didn't get points. They didn't even get 3 points, but they changed field position. They were stuck all the way back inside their red zone, and your goal at that point, it's called coming out offense. Your goal is to get 2 first downs and change the field. You know, retilt the field, if you will, Steve. They're able to do that, and now OU's got to start on their 20. So that was a successful drive from the Aggie offense.
Where's the Sooners offense? The sophomore from Artesia, New Mexico, Landry Jones, fires up near the 30-yard line. Should be very close to a first down as he threw to Trey Franks and Coriel Judy with the tackle.
This is the exact time as a play caller or an offense, Steve, that it's great to go to your basic stuff, your day one installation stuff. Curl flat combination, easy reception for Franks.
Swing it to the right. Broyles with his 4th catch of the day. And he has just a short gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. 4.5 minutes left in this first half. Jones going deep. Out there is Stills, incomplete. Pass underthrown.
This ball was underthrown by Landry Jones. He had a one-on-one matchup on the outside. This is quarters coverage. It's one-on-one. He recognizes that. He takes it, but he never steps into the throw, and he severely underthrows the true freshman, Kenny Stills.
He's had some bad throws today after back-to-back brilliant performances against Iowa State and against Colorado. There was that Mizzou game in between. Not so good there, a loss in Columbia. Jones again loses the football. Murray fighting for it and gets it back. But look at the pressure from DeMontre Moore and Von Miller from the edges. Murray saves the day.
Oklahoma can't handle Von Miller right now, standing up on the outside, and they have no answer for Von Miller. The offensive line, it doesn't matter who gets put over there. They cannot block this guy. Jarvis Jones, the junior from Richmond, Texas, looks like he's standing still with the speed of Von Miller on the outside. And if I'm Landry Jones, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, where's number 40? Every single snap.
It seems like they're trying to hold him, but they can't catch him. Tressway to Kenrick McNeil. It will go out of bounds. The Big 12, we had one big game in Stillwater with Baylor and Oklahoma State, and wow, did the Cowboys win big 55-28. Whedon for 435 and 3 scores. Kansas, how about this, folks? They were down 45-17 in the fourth quarter and won the game. Congratulations to Turner Gill and Iowa State. You know what, Paul Rhodes goes for the win in overtime.
Yeah.
That guy's, I admire him as a coach.
I would love to play for him. They ultimately fall short. And right now, Kansas State leading Texas. And tell you what, there's been some great games around the country, but especially right here in Big 12 country.
Tannehill looking left, throws and completes the pass for a first down at the 44-yard line. And that's the first catch by Jeff Fuller today. We were talking about the Big 12, but the Sooners came into today's Big 12 action, Joel, tied for second place in the South with Oklahoma State, a half game back of Baylor. Baylor lost to Oklahoma State. Now the Sooners finished the year at Baylor and Oklahoma State. Possible great finish in this conference. And here's another catch for Texas A&M. And it's Michael Lamothe, the tight end. Travis Lewis on the tackle. Darren Horton will have our Geico halftime show for you coming up next.
I love the rhythm that Texas A&M is in right now. Mike Sherman getting the plays called. They're doing a great job. And Tannehill running that fast pace at quarterback.
They run Gray to the right. Cyrus with a great cutback has the first down. Then a late flag goes down.
It's going to be 15 more tacked on to the end of the run. Face mask against Oklahoma.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense number 32, half the distance to the goal. First down.
They got 32, Jamel Fleming, the junior from Arlington, Texas. 40 tackles on the year, active defensive guy for OU out of the secondary, but he stops his feet. And as soon as his feet stop, you're going to reach and you're going to grab, and the hand goes up to the face mask. And as soon as he goes down via that grab to the face mask, you can tack on 15 every time. But it started when he stopped his feet. They didn't keep moving. He's on his heels. That's when you reach and get yourself in trouble.
Gray averaging 5 yards per carry. Gets it again, slices to the outside, to the 10-yard line and out of bounds at the 9. And Gray, a leader on this team. Remember, Christian Michael broke his leg last week. Gray went to see his family after the game and then went straight to the hospital. He sat with Michael until 11 o'clock that night. They are great friends. It's second down here. They'll run up the middle. And Michael gets it to the 6-yard line. Needs to get to the 5 for a first down.
They're winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. The big guys for Texas A&M are doing their job. Brian Thomas, the guard, number 70, Matt Allen, 61, Patrick Lewis, guard, center, and guard. They are beating Adrian Taylor and Stacey McGee up front, which is allowing Texas A&M to run the ball.
Swope joins them in the backfield. Tannehill with the keeper. Did he get enough for the first down? Looks like he'll get a favorable mark to the 5-yard line. Frank Alexander joined Tom Wart to make sure he did not get into that end zone. It is a first down. First and goal against Bob Stoops, number 18. Team in the nation.
I believe that they're probably going to look at this spot. That's what they're going to do. It's under review. The official came in and he knew that the first down marker was at the 10-yard line. And so if the football was going to be touching or ahead of that 10-yard line, or excuse me, the 5-yard line, then he was going to give him the first down. That's awfully close because the sticks, as you see, if you pause it right there, guys, so, and we're going to take another look from right here. That's going to be awfully close because the stick was actually about a foot on the other side of the 5 towards the 4.5, Steve. If you see where the sticks are actually placed as it kind of rolls, see, that's where it's placed. It's on the other side of the official's foot. So he would have had to get all the way to that side of the 5-yard line. That's going to be close. That's going to be awfully close because that was a great tackle from Tom Wart, the redshirt freshman.
Brent Venables very emotional on that sideline, talking with his redshirt freshman Tom Wart.
This is a huge call in this game. If this is a first down, you got to assume that Texas A&M has the advantage to go in and get 6. If it's not, if I'm Mike Sherman, I don't know if I can not kick the field goal.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a huge swing right here as far as points. He's already gone for the fourth down conversion earlier in the game inside the 1 in the first quarter and got it for a touchdown. But this is going to be a huge call here from the officials. I think that the official was mistaken on where that mark was, because even where the ball is spotted right now, you got to measure that based on where the stick was placed on the other side of the official's left foot in that one still frame that we got. This should have been measured, so it was a mistake by the official to just call the sticks for a first down. Here's the first down. That's where the sticks are at.
After further review, the runner's progress was ruled short of the first down. The ball will be placed at the 5-yard line. It will be 4th down and a half a yard at the 5.
Listen, the 12th man isn't going to like that, but that's the correct call. But based on the video we just saw, that was the correct call.
Those are two that have gone against A&M. And we are in the press box
moments
with the fans just in front of us, and they all just erupted.
As we go to the end of that last play, so he's got to get all the way across the 5-yard line, and Tom Ward stops him. That's a good call by the replay officials. The ball was in his left hand. He got stopped right at the 5-yard line. Great tackle by Tom Ward. And now we're going to have a timeout, and they're going to discuss it. Mike Sherman with a huge decision right now in this ballgame.
And it gives us a chance to tell you we'd like to congratulate the women's soccer teams from Oklahoma and Oklahoma State for reaching tomorrow's Big 12 Soccer Championship match in San Antonio. The Sooners advanced to the championship by squeaking by the Aggies last night in overtime 1-0, while the Cowgirls defeated the Huskers 3-2, also in overtime. Most of you will be able to see the championship match between Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. Can we say Bedlam? Right here tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central, 10 o'clock Pacific. Check your local listings.
Now
well,
remember,
here we go.
Ryan Tannehill, 6'4", 220 pounds. I would expect a quarterback sneak.
He does have Fuller on the left side. They will sneak it. And they got a push from his halfback.
The flags were out. False start, Texas A&M. The linesman at the top of the field, he had his flag out and was blowing this dead well before the snap.
False start on the offense. Left guard. 5-yard penalty.
Now 3.
4th down.
Now you got to kick it. There's no decision now as we take another look at the left side. Just watch the whole left side. There was a lot of movement over here. As we start in with the cadence, left guard Brian Thomas got started a little bit early.
So now from the 17-yard line, a 27-yard field goal attempt by Randy Bullock. It is on the way, and the field goal is good. Texas A&M has a 12-0 lead with 1:25 left in the first half. Von Miller has been the man defensively for Texas A&M, the All-American from DeSoto, Texas.
Well, last week he passed Ray Childress for number 5 all time in terms of sacks at A&M, and he's playing his best game right here tonight against Oklahoma. And Oklahoma has no answer. Jarvis Jones, they put him in. He's the backup tackle, trying to find somebody who could possibly stop Von Miller, and they've got nobody because this guy is playing lights out. The speed around the edge. He doesn't even need a second move. He's just racing around the tackle and getting to Landry Jones. He's been the factor tonight.
He reminds you of the old Wrecking Crew days with Aggie lore. Aaron Wallace is the all-time sack leader with 42. They had some marvelous defenses.
Steve, a pass rusher can affect an offense quicker than any other defender can. You give me a great defensive tackle or even a linebacker or safety, you can deal with that. But a pass rusher like Von Miller, you almost have no answer for that as an offense.
Didn't the NFL vote on best players ever, and Lawrence Taylor was right at the top, the great giant defensive end.
Changed the game.
From the 30, kicking off. Murray has a chance for a fine return. DeMarco gets it out past the 25-yard line to the 28, and they still have 1:19. This is a chance for you to work on your 2-minute drill, because remember, Texas A&M won the coin toss, deferred to the second half, so the Aggies will get it to open after intermission.
There's only two ways to slow down a guy with the speed rush of Von Miller. One is the fact that he's not on the field right now for Texas A&M. So that's great news for Oklahoma. You either have to run at him or provide help for your offensive line, but they don't have to worry about that right now with him not on the field.
Jones will run the football to Murray to the 35. He's got the first down and out of bounds at the 44-yard line. They get better field position with 1:12 left on the clock. Broyles with a good block.
And they run right to the same side that Von Miller has been all day. I didn't know why he was on the sidelines. OU takes advantage of it, and now the speed of Murray gets a first down.
Here's a throw downfield. Intercepted by Coriel Judy.
The junior college transfer from Fort Scott out of Marlin, Texas, Coriel Judy, read this perfectly. He was running the route of the receiver before the receiver was even running this. Trey Franks couldn't get up there and play defense quick enough. Great ball skills at the top of that route. Going up and getting that ball, and Landry Jones struggling right now for OU. That was kind of a prayer. I mean, that's a ball that you just throw with 20 seconds left on third down or something along those lines. But trying to find Trey Franks, who's the fastest guy on OU's team, underthrows him, and Judy gets a huge interception, gives the ball right back to the Aggie offense.
Tannehill wants to run it. Short gain out past the 20-yard line. It's interesting talking to offensive coordinator Kevin Wilson earlier this week after a brilliant game against Iowa State, another outstanding game against Colorado. He reminded us, he said, remember, Landry Jones is extremely talented, but he's not Sam Bradford, and I want people to stop talking about that. Bradford was one of the greatest quarterbacks in college football the last decade.
He absolutely was, but this is a team that was averaging 35 points coming into this game. They're shut out at halftime.
Kevin did say, but when he gets on a roll, he's incredibly consistent. I mean, he had that 30 of 34 game against the Cyclones, but it's been Texas A&M's defense and Ryan Tannehill on that first drive. But A+ for the defense against an outstanding offense.
And A+ for Von Miller and what he's been able to do affecting Oklahoma's offense. They haven't had the ability to go downfield because of what he's done, putting pressure on Landry Jones.
Let's go to Jim Knox with Coach Sermon.
All right, thanks, Steve. Coach, defense, the name of the game. Von Miller and your Aggie defense keeping Oklahoma out of the end zone. They have a total of 111 yards right now.
Yeah, the defense really stepped up. We got to get better field position for offense. We've been backed up quite a bit. I like the way we move the ball out of the backed up zone, but we got to get some points on the board. You can't keep these guys down very long.
Thanks, Coach, for the time. Halftime in College Station, Texas A&M pulling off the surprise over Oklahoma, 12-0. Right now, time for the Geico Halftime Show with Darren Horton. Darren?
Welcome to our Big 12 Cup.
And here we are at College Station. The Cadets ready. They want their Aggies to play as well as they did in the first half, leading 12-0. The last time the Sooners were shut out at the half 3 years ago, 2007. Oklahoma to kick off. Kenrick McNeil down the right sideline, and look at this. It's Coriel Judy, the other number 5 for Texas A&M. This is stunning.
And just like in the first half, it started with a safety and points on the first snap. When OU snapped it out of the end zone, they open up the second half, and bang, a kickoff return for a touchdown.
and the Aggie faithful are electric right now in College Station.
They go with 2 number 5s, 1 on offense, 1 on defense. Kenrick McNeil is the punt returner, but this man, Coriel Judy, brings it back 100 yards for the touchdown.
He just found a seam, and decisiveness as a kick returner is your greatest asset. Once you find it, you put your head down and you go. You get behind your pads, and it was a huge hole. Terrific blocking from Texas A&M up front, and then here he goes, and now it's all speed. You're returning a kick for a touchdown, you got to turn on the jets. Stays in bounds, and touchdown Aggies. What a way to get the second half kicked off.
I'm sure Bob Stoops had his team in that locker room talking about what they had to do coming out. Second half, be focused, be determined, tackle well. And all of a sudden, A&M brings it back to take a 19-0 lead. Oklahoma has lost only 1 time this year. It too was on the road in Columbia, Missouri. Coriel Judy, junior from Marlin, Texas, out of Fort Scott Community College.
They're all into it. They're all into it.
We've seen some stunners today. Number 6 Alabama fell to number 10 LSU 24-21. DeMarco Murray brings it back near the 30-yard line. Steve Physiok with Joe Klatt, and we're here at Kyle Field in College Station. I mean, it's been a crazy year for Texas A&M.
It has.
And it seems like the Sooners getting better and better, but now they've got their biggest challenge.
Well, and this is adversity, you know, just point-blank period for Oklahoma. You got to come back in the second half and do something offensively, because in the first half, you weren't able to do that. Von Miller had an outstanding first half. They were unable to protect the passer, and then you come out on the kickoff of the second half, and you let Judy go all the way down the field. So they've got to answer the bell here offensively, the Sooners do.
Bubble screen to Ryan Broyles, his 5th catch of the night. We'll take a look at the first half stats. Landry Jones, after some brilliant games this year, really shut down. But look at the ground game. They have Oklahoma 10 yards rushing on 14 carries. Out past the 35-yard line.
And even in this day and age, when it's passing yards and how many plays can you run, it still comes down to the fundamentals of football. Can you block, tackle, and run the ball?
Jones has time. Now must run and gets it to the 39 and then is nailed out of bounds by Michael Hodges.
I think he gets the first down, does get to the sticks, but you're right. He took a wallop from Hodges. Good clean hit. I mean, that's football at its best. Landry Jones gets right back up, and guess what? Oklahoma's snapping the ball again.
They do get the first down, and now Murray out near the 44-yard line. Lucas Patterson, the Sooners must get 7 here to give their team, their entire team, offensively and defensively, confidence. Well, it seems like Stoops is determined to get that ground game going.
You have to. There's only 2 ways to slow down a speed rusher, and that's one, give him help with a fullback or a tight end to that side, or you start running the rock at those fast defensive front guys for A&M. That's what they're doing here.
Cutting back in Murray, and he gets the first down to the 46 in A&M territory.
This is when you need seniors and leadership. And so Ryan Broyles and DeMarco Murray are going to be asked to lead this team to victory as we see DeMarco Murray get the bulk of the carry on this first series of the second half.
Play action, and he throws it away. Broyles bumped by Dustin Harris. Let's check out our Geico presenting our players to watch in the second half.
Well, as for Von Miller, you got to stay business as usual. You got to play as well as you did in the first half. And for Landry Jones, you've got to correct yourself. Get yourself going in the second half. Settle your feet and lead your team to some scores.
Flag on the play.
Legal substitution on the defense. 12 men on the field when the ball snapped.
That
5-yard
hurts.
penalty. Second down.
2nd and 5. Mike Sherman's team has twice been called for that.
That's One, it's conditioning and game plan. If your guys are tapping themselves on the head, even if OU is not substituting, you got to just keep them in there.
9 penalties on Texas A&M. This is the speed back, Roy Finch, who had a career-high 92 yards against Iowa State. Oklahoma first half.
Yeah, the possessions, it got started bad for them, and it just continued. They turned it over on downs, never got the ball in the end zone.
On 3rd down, they run forward, and Jones gets the first down at the 35-yard line. This is an impressive drive, trailing 19-0.
Running the ball on this drive. They're establishing the line of scrimmage.
Jones downfield. Is that a catch? Yes, it is. Wow. Trey Franks.
That was number 4, Kenny Stills, the true freshman from Encinitas, California. Getting his right foot down. What concentration from the young kid. And a terrific throw from Landry Jones.
They say he's an explosive player. Now they go to Finch, and he's hammered by Garrick Williams.
Yeah, that's an inexperienced running back running himself into a tackle. He wasn't patient in allowing the hole to open up. You got to allow the double teams to get up to the second level in the linebacker. If you run yourself into the linebacker too quickly, you're going to get stopped for only a yard or two like Finch did on the last play.
Finch stays in the game. Broyles slot right side. They fake it to Finch. Throw it down the middle. Incomplete, intended for Broyles. Defense came from Stephen Campbell.
Yeah, how about the defense from the secondary of A&M? Because they've done a great job against these explosive wide receivers. Stephen Campbell, the sophomore, all over Ryan Broyles, getting that left arm all the way up and over to bat that ball down. That's a great defensive play.
3rd down, crowd going crazy. Here comes the blitz. DeMarco Murray. They mark him out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
That's going to be close. Remember, they can get a first down. That was 3rd down. And the first down marker was at the 1. They're giving him the first down. 1st and goal, OU. What a run on the sidelines to keep himself in bounds. The body control and athleticism from DeMarco Murray.
Fullback Millard comes in the game to block for Murray.
How about the tempo from this offense on this series? Running the ball. A&M running guys on the field.
14th play of the drive. Tight end Hanna wanted to know what's the call. Timeout. Stoops was on the field trying to call a timeout.
Timeout on the field.
Wanted to know from the side judge why he wasn't given time. They finally get it called. Big 12 College Football Saturday is brought to you by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Call Geico at 1-800-947-AUTO or visit geico.com. By Philips Television, so amazing you won't be able to take your eyes off of it. And by Toyota. Steve Physiak with Joe Klatt and Jim Knox. Joel, tell us why Bob Stoops was so upset on the sideline.
Well, first of all, he's down 19-0, so he's upset about that. And then this substitution rule and the fact that the officials have to allow Texas A&M the opportunity to substitute when Oklahoma substitute. A moment ago, this is right before they were standing over the ball, and then they didn't have enough time to get the snap off. But Bob Stoops doesn't really have a case because OU had time. They just tried to audible. You got to snap it if there's still time left on the clock.
So they burn one important timeout. Murray, the tailback. DeMarco gets the call, hammers his way, stopped short of the goal line. Once again, it's the middle of that defense. Garrick Williams, Eddie Brown, Jonathan Mathis. This will be the 15th play of this drive coming up. Murray dives. He is in for the touchdown.
What an effort from the senior. DeMarco Murray scored more touchdowns in Oklahoma history than any other player. Up and over the line of scrimmage on the left side. Trey Millard with a great block, and then Murray goes up. And do you see how he extends the ball for just a brief moment and then brings it back into his body to protect it so he does not fumble? What an experienced run, a great play from the Sooners' best offensive player.
His 61st career touchdown. Jimmy Stevens for the point after. 19-7, Sooners coming back at College Station, Texas. DeMarco Murray as Bob Stoops determined to get the ground game going. Finally, DeMarco over the top and in. DeMarco Murray with the first touchdown for Oklahoma. They feel they're right back in this game. And fans, next week it's a college football Saturday Big 12 doubleheader. First, Daniel Thomas leads Kansas State against Blaine Gabbert and powerful number 12 Mizzou. Then Texas A&M looks to shut down Robert Griffin, and number 21 Baylor's drive to a bowl berth. Who will rise and fall in the Big 12? The action kicks off at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific.
These two are a couple of the better players in this league. Blaine Gabbert playing very well. Daniel Thomas had that sensational start to the season, got slowed down a little bit as teams began to game plan him. But as Kansas State has gotten their footing a little bit, he's gotten on track, and that's their MO, is him running the football. So that should be an outstanding game.
71-yard drive, took 3:44 off the clock. Here comes Coriel Judy again. Last time he brought it back 100, and this time he is taken down to the 15-yard line. Let's go down to the sideline and Jim Knox.
All right, see, this offense came to the sidelines. I guarantee you they have a different pep in their step right now. Landry Jones told his team, got to keep it going, guys, got to keep it going. And you're right, Bob Stoops told his team at halftime, we got to get the running game going to take pressure off Landry Jones and keep Von Miller out of the backfield. Travis Lewis also had his defense on the sidelines. He didn't allow anyone to sit down during that last series. The defense has to have a good stop right here. Looks like they're determined to do it.
Jim, Oklahoma ran for only 10 yards in the first half. They ran for 33 on that last drive. Travis Lewis must lead the defense. He's the All-American candidate. Tannehill looking for swoop, instead goes, and the ball is almost picked off. It's juggled by number 1, the true freshman Tony Jefferson. What a hit by Nelson.
Jonathan Nelson coming up from his safety position. Tannehill trying to go back across the middle, and how about the true freshman Tony Jefferson almost intercepting that ball with his right arm? I mean, that was an extremely athletic play, but credit Jonathan Nelson, not going too high, not leading with the head.
Well, this time he ran into his running back and hands off the football and loss in the play. Jefferson again there. This is a guy they think is going to have a great future. Number 1, Tony Jefferson, true freshman from Chula Vista, California, just south of San Diego on that Mexico border. Tannehill spreads him out, still goes with the I formation. Play action. Swoop with the catch. Short of the first down. Let's see where they mark it. Ooh, they may have a measurement. Got a favorable mark.
Very favorable mark there from linesman on the far side, calling for the first down. Nice strike delivered from Ryan Tannehill, stepping up in the pocket and delivering a nice ball there.
This is a guy who set the school record last week for passing in a single game with 449 yards in his first start. Ryan throws right, completes the pass. McNeil is out of bounds. There's the other number 5, as we saw Coriel Judy take it back 100 yards for a score. There is a flag.
Yeah, got a flag on the play. They're going to get the sophomore Wachaku from Allen, Texas on the pick play.
Number 7, half the distance to the goal. First down.
This is going to be offensive pass interference. They're trying to run a crossing route here on the near side, and Wachaku, who was on the outside, he goes down to pick the OU defender, and he gets way too physical. The ball is thrown past the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be called all the time. And now it puts you in a terrible situation if you're Texas A&M.
10th penalty against Texas A&M. The Sooners have been penalized just twice, and if they continue that would be back-to-back weeks for the Sooners with only 2 penalties in a game. They only suffered 2 in their win over Colorado 43-10 last week. 1st and 23. They rush 4. Intercepted! Jamel Fleming with his 2nd interception of the game and number 4 this year.
It's a bad read from Ryan Tannehill. On the outside, OU is doing everything they can to bracket Jeff Fuller. One over the top, one underneath. Fleming does his job. He releases Fuller towards the safety, Quentin Carter. And he sits underneath, and the ball comes right to him. Lets it get to his pads, but great reaction to get that ball. And now a short field for OU.
2nd turnover, both on interceptions. The pass thrown intended for Kenny Stills. It is incomplete. Jones took them on a 3-minute and 44-second drive. The last possession now with a short field from the 26. They'll run, and there's the Aggie defense led by Sean Porter and Jonathan Mathis.
Boy, that front has played so well, but now Texas A&M trying to run players on the field. They've gotten in trouble with this early in the game, but in this situation on 3rd down, it's been Miller time with Von Miller. He's at the top of your screen, rushing against the right tackle.
Maybe they'll give him some help on that side with DeMarco Murray. Ooh, Miller almost jumped. You can see the play clock down to 5. They get it off in time. Jones in trouble, has to wing it to the right. Incomplete, intended for Trey Franks. So it's 4th down.
Von Miller was actually blocked very well on the outside there by Jarvis Jones, but then Landry Jones runs into him. He runs to Von Miller's side, and that's why Von Miller looked like he had some pressure on them. Jones has got to sit in the pocket and try to get that ball down the field because there was no one forcing him out of the pocket. Happy feet there for Landry Jones on 3rd down.
They will attempt a field goal from 45 yards out. Patrick O'Hara, his long this year has been 39. Got it. 10 unanswered points in the 3rd quarter by Oklahoma. They're within 9 of Texas A&M. So the interception results in 3. Patrick O'Hara's longest field goal of the year pulls the Sooners within 9. Aggies leading 19-10 with 8:25 left in the 3rd quarter. Now let's take a look at the Lot Impact Player of the Week presented by Acura. It goes to Sam Acho, the Texas Longhorn senior defensive end. This guy's been fantastic on the field, as you can see by those numbers, but his story in the classroom, off the field, going back to his native land, Nigeria, with his brother, bringing shoes, food. He's been remarkable.
Special kid. Got some time with him last week. In fact, went to the Children's Hospital with Sam last week on Friday before their game with Baylor and got to know him a little bit. Sensational kid going to Nigeria, like you said. They're trying to expand that trip now as time goes on. So for what he does on the field, and he's a great player, but what he does off the field is even more impressive.
Texas, meantime, is losing to Kansas State 24-0. That has been shocking. And oh, what a hit for Oklahoma. And that was Miller, the fullback, as we take a look at the BCS rankings. Brought to you by ZMAX. Number 1 Oregon won today. Auburn has a 10-0 record this year. TCU.
Big win today, yeah. TCU with a huge
Utah.
win. And think about the points that they're going to get for that win at Utah. If Utah continues to keep winning, and here's the Big 12 schools, the rest of them that are still in the BCS. Oklahoma State with the big win today. Baylor falling to Oklahoma State, so they'll definitely fall.
End of the year, that Sooner Cowboy matchup is going to be awfully good. Oklahoma ends the year at Baylor and at Oklahoma State. Stacy McGee on the tackle.
TCU right now with Alabama, who is the nearest BCS level school. You know, if Auburn is to fall, TCU will find itself in that championship game. The Horned Frog faithful have got to be awful happy about that.
Pressure on Tannehill, has to throw it quickly. Swope with a short gain to the 20-yard line, where Tony Jefferson was blitzing off the edge to get to Tannehill, and Nelson on a nice tackle.
Tannehill takes a shot here. Those add up. The true freshman Tony Jefferson, and that's the one that you've got to make sure you can get enough on. You're throwing it across your body, you're rolling left, and you're throwing it all the way across the hash to the left side. That's one that can easily get intercepted.
Looks like they want a blitz from the right side again.
Yeah, they blitzed all night on third down. They've continued to stay with that from Brent Venables. I expect to see at least 5 or 6 guys coming.
They bring just 3. Tannehill steps up. And Ryan almost has it intercepted again.
This is the maturation process of a young quarterback. Yes, he has a lot of experience as a player on the stage as a wide receiver, but these are the throws you can't make. You're in your own red zone, you're under duress, you can't force the ball down the field late when you're in the arms of a defender, especially with the speed and athleticism on the outside for OU. Gerard Johnson, he's taking a lot of snaps. You would know that. That's a ball that's got to go. Just throw it away. Throw it in the stands. You're outside of the pocket, which is completely fine at that point.
Johnson was the guy replaced. I mean, he has the school record passing over 8,000 yards. But in the Kansas game, played the first half and played well. They went to Tannehill, who's had a remarkable 6 quarters after that. Here goes Broyles down the right sideline. Ryan inside the 35-yard line.
Ryan Broyles gets loose on the punt return. Bob Stoops was hopefully expecting this week. He told us on the call, we got to get this guy going on the punt return. He's one of the dangerous guys in the country, an All-American punt returner. And great job by the OU return team. They had chances to block in the back and yet didn't. They were patient enough to see the front of the jersey, and then Ryan Broyles gets down. And how about the field position for OU? Texas A&M just handing them great field position so far in the second half.
A 31-yard return, the longest against the Aggies special teams this year. Kenny Stills caught by the outside man, Terrence Frederick.
This is exactly what Von Miller is doing. His sole presence is forcing Oklahoma into a horizontal passing game. Because they can't get the ball downfield, the linebackers can play closer to the line of scrimmage, and it's tougher to run that bubble screen.
Jones gets it to his fullback, who is out of bounds near the 25-yard line. The 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Phillips Televisions. And football at the 31. One lone setback is Murray off to the left. They dump it off to DeMarco. Man, is he hit and knocked out of bounds at the 23 by Michael Hodges, who has had some vicious hits coming from that outside backer spot.
What a collision here. Let's listen in on the sidelines, going for a first down. Wow.
Good stuff. Bob Steinfeld and Phil Malika in that truck, our producer and director tonight. It's 4th and 1. Oklahoma looks to get that first down. We'll see.
I like what Landry Jones did right there, and I know they're going to go with a fast tempo, but he gets to the side and almost goes behind his guard rather than just going right behind your center who has to snap it and get off the ball. See, the guard, he just can fire off. That's why I always follow the guard, not the center.
Back to the ground they go, and Murray hammers his way to the 16-yard line, a gain of 5. And they're getting after it on the ground now after only gaining 10 yards in the first half.
Well, and it's what's been successful for them as well. That's why they're sticking with it.
Back to Murray. He dives forward near the 12-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. They need to get to the 11-yard line for a first down. Garrett Williams, the middle linebacker, cut him down. They go with the fullback, and he dives forward.
about the crucial carry that the true freshman gets for a first down? This is how you know they have a lot of faith in this kid. And Trey Millard comes up with a huge first down right there. They throw it to him, they give it to him in the backfield. Bob Stoops has all the faith in the world in the young fullback.
A&M defense usually strong against the run. Their outstanding first half. They swing it right, and they get the first down to the 6-yard line.
This is exactly what a run game does. We've seen them force the run, force the issue, and now they come with the play action, and this is where they find space on the edge. And Trey Millard gets out there for a nice game, and now you're in a second and short situation. I love what Oklahoma is doing in the second half.
Need to get to the 1 for a first down. Jones throws it away. He could feel the pressure coming from inside.
And that's an experienced throw, such as an experienced throw. He knows he doesn't want to take a sack. He knows he's borderline still in the pocket, and so he throws it at a receiver and yet high enough that it will be out of bounds even if it's picked off. A great decision from Landry Jones right there on second down. Live to snap the ball again.
Here comes Miller. He throws and finds Trey Franks in the corner of the end zone for the Sooner touchdown. Cadets are stunned right now here at Kyle Field.
What a concept. I mean, that was a great play design. And Landry Jones executed that perfectly from the quarterback position, as well as Trey Franks, the true freshman from Orange, Texas, executes the shake route perfectly.
Stevens for the point after. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-point game. At one time, A&M led 19-0 in the third quarter.
Trey Franks in the corner of the end zone, goes on the shake route. First of all, they run DeMarco Murray out, and then you go slant corner with Trey Franks. And does he come down with it cleanly? Looks like he does. He chopped his feet. That's a great design. You run the linebacker out of there, get a free zone, and this will be a great look. Has it in his hands. Boy, what a great touchdown right there from Oklahoma. Makes it a little bit more difficult than he probably should, but yeah, that's clearly a touchdown. Gets all 3 feet into the field of play.
He's really emerging lately.
He absolutely is.
4 catches, 55 yards, and he's having a terrific game today.
Well, he's a strong player for his age. He's one of the strongest guys pound for pound on the team. He's also very fast. He's a Texas sprint champion. And so he gets to this team, and Oklahoma historically has great speed. And Bob Stoops said, hey, Trey Franks might be our fastest guy. And we've called his name a lot tonight. They are relying on their young players as much as any good team in America right now.
Now Mike Sherman has to dial up Texas A&M. Somehow swing the momentum back the Aggie way. They lead by only 2 points with 19-12 left. On the return, Judy taken down near his 25-yard line, and FoxSportsSouthwest.com is your home for Big 12 football. Check out highlights from every Big 12 game, post-game analysis, and the Big 12 Showcase. FoxSportsSouthwest.com, the place for Big 12 football. We come to you from Kyle Field in College Station, Texas. A crowd of 81,392 today. Tannehill stays in at quarterback and fires downfield. He had McNeil wide open near midfield.
He had him, and they had the concept on. 2 safety look, middle of the field is wide open, and this is a ball that is called an intermediate rope shot. You've got to put it over the linebacker's head and have it fall down onto the frame of your wide receiver, just out of the reach there, McNeil.
Well, they finally do get it to McNeil, who gets it to the 29-yard line. Let's go to Jim Knox.
All right, Steve, Nehemiah Hicks, the big tight end who took that shot over the middle a couple of series ago, went to the locker room. They checked him out. They said doubtful to return, so we'll see what happens there.
That's a big loss because he's played so well, the true freshman. Although Hudson Prelo scored the first touchdown for Texas A&M, he's the backup tight end. He's number 80. Right now they're going with a spread look. Tannehill throws it incomplete. 4th down. Punting situation. All of a sudden the Sooner defense tightening up. Brent Venables said something to his team to pick up their play in the second half.
It's the energy in the front 7. We've seen Texas A&M. What have they done defensively to cause OU trouble? They get to the quarterback. It's pressure. What have we seen now from the front of Oklahoma? They're getting to the quarterback. He's dialed up the blitz, and now the front 4 is getting going. Jeremy Beal playing much better in the last couple of series.
They're 4th in the Big 12 in sacks with 19, but they're 4th in the nation in tackles for loss with over 8 per game. DeMarco Murray, meantime, a guy who can play all over the place. You can split him out, you can have him run.
Guy. He does a bunch of different things. He's their best kick returner. We've seen him in that capacity. And then on the outside, this is, I think, what separates him from other players in the country is his ability to catch the ball. We know what he can do running the ball, and OU has put this game on his shoulders. Running the football is what has gotten Oklahoma back. These long drives in the second half, the fact that they've had 17 unanswered points is because they've run the ball with DeMarco Murray.
There is a flag down.
Number 82, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
James Hanna moving a little early, false start, that's going to back you up, and immediately you're stressed. You're pressured as an offense because it's 1st and 15. Try to get half of this back. 7.5 right now is a great play.
He passed Joe Washington for the all-purpose record in Oklahoma's history. And Kevin Wilson, the offensive coordinator, said something interesting about DeMarco Murray. He said you can load up his plate mentally because he can handle it. Spread him out as a wide receiver. Run him from the backfield. Brings back kicks. Pressure on Jones. Tries to run away. And is out of bounds near the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd and long. Eddie Brown was the man chasing him with Spencer Neely. And Spencer Neely's father, I used to watch as one of the great rebounders in Big 8 history at Kansas State. Spencer's coming out. But your dad's proud of you, Spencer. 3rd and 11. Look at the blitz, and Jones has to throw it away and live to fight another day.
They're going to talk about this. The linesman's running over to the head official, the white hat. They're going to talk about receivers in the vicinity. He was in the pocket. You can't just chuck that ball out of bounds. And there's the flag. That's going to be called intentional grounding on Landry Jones.
Intentional grounding on the offense, number 12. Loss of down, spot of the pass, 4th down.
No, OU is going to contend that there was a go route. They were going to run a go route on this outside. Landry Jones, when he drops back, he never leaves the tackle box. So you've got to throw it towards an eligible receiver. Here's the receiver, he's saying. He throws the ball, but it never gets necessarily close to him. He's about 10, 15 yards away from that ball. So they talked about it and said, listen, that was not even close to catchable. It wasn't in the vicinity, if you will. He didn't have an opportunity to catch the ball. Those are the type of terms the officials will use. They dropped the flag, and now they got a punt from their own red zone.
Once again, the unpredictable defense of Tim DeRuyter, where the blitz is coming from, and they were in the face of Jones. Now it's a chance for Texas A&M perhaps to stretch their lead out. It's currently 19-17, and Tannehill playing so well early.
He really did, but he struggled in the second half, and this is what I kind of expected from Ryan Tannehill as far as facing this OU defense, because they put you in positions that you cannot emulate in practice. He's missed some throws, your feet get a little bit quicker, your heartbeat gets quicker, you get hit more, things of that nature. and he's going to have to battle back and compose himself. This is that inner fight that you fight as a quarterback to compose yourself and get your offense back on track.
As you said at the start of the game, last week his first start was against Texas Tech. Now he has to go against an Oklahoma defense. A flag goes flying. Was there a late hit by Oklahoma on Cyrus Gray?
Looks more like in the direction of a hold, potentially on Jeff Fuller.
Block in the back on the offense, number 8. 10-yard penalty. First down.
They did get Jeff Fuller. It was a block in the back on the outside, and the penalties now racking up against Texas A&M. 11 penalties on the night. Here's Fuller, and that's touchy. Didn't necessarily block him. A hand on the back is not a block.
They have not been able to go to Jeff that much. They've had great coverage on him, and he had a tremendous game last week. 11 catches, 171 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Sherman thought perhaps they were forcing the ball to Jeff too much. Now they need to go to the big fella. He's at the top of the screen. Instead, they go to Swope and make the catch. He has the school's touchdown record with 11 and 4 games to go.
Well, this is a guy that they need, and he has not gotten the opportunities tonight. 11 touchdowns this year. He's the all-time touchdown leader as far as receivers, career TD receptions in A&M history. And OU's done a great job. You see, they always have a high safety over him and a flat player playing 2 over the top of Fuller.
Tannehill goes downfield. Almost intercepted once again. A crazy throw by Tannehill, and Hurst almost picked it off.
And Mike Sherman was not happy on the sidelines. As Tannehill rolls out, this is an opportunity to be safe. You can choose to run it, and he throws it wildly down the field, trying to get Wachaku, but 2 Oklahoma players right there with a chance to pick that ball off. And the turnover bug is what has affected A&M so much this year. And Gerard Johnson sitting there on the sidelines, the all-time leader in passing yardage at this school.
Tannehill sacked back at the 19-yard line. Alexander with the sack. You've got to ask the question, would Sherman make a change away from Tannehill and back to Johnson, the veteran?
Why would you do something like that? To change momentum, because it has clearly switched to Oklahoma. As Oklahoma gets off the ball defensively, and Jeremy Beal working against the true freshman Jake Matthews. And then on the inside as well, Stacey McGee, Adrian Taylor, pocket completely collapsing around Ryan Tannehill.
Here's the punt by Epperson. And he tries to kick it away from Broyles, who returned it 31 yards to set up a score. Broyles is one of the top punt return men in college football.
How about the field position in this second half? A&M can't get out of their own red zone, and OU seems to be starting on the other side of the 40, close to midfield, every single possession. That is just causing this A&M defense stress. And Oklahoma running the ball. Mike Sherman knows it. He needs more from his offense right now. That's why he's so upset on the sideline.
Have they gone away from the run game? Oklahoma will run. DeMarco Murray. And Murray up near the 50-yard line, where the tackle's made by Jonathan Mathis. That's the end of the third quarter. A marvelous third period for the Oklahoma Sooners. They've scored 17 straight points, and they're right back in it. 19-17. Tannehill trying to get his team going. Fans, you're watching Big 12 College Football Saturday, presented by Phillips Televisions. Big 12 College Football Saturday, presented by Phillips Televisions, and our DirecTV game summary: 17 straight points by Oklahoma.
And they've done it running the ball, and that's the way Oklahoma has gotten back in this game. Defensively, they've created pressure on Ryan Tannehill. That's why you see his second half numbers drop off so drastically. 4 of 10 for only 11 yards in that interception. And really, Oklahoma has had chances for a couple of other interceptions as well. So the Aggie faithful get into it. And I've heard rumors that this press box sways and moves. I thought, there's no way. It was moving during that break.
Do you know this press box is the highest elevation between Dallas and Houston in this corridor?
I know. I think I saw it from Dallas.
There we are. I mean, you see it from a long distance as you head this way. They give it to Murray. And DeMarco with another healthy gain to the 45-yard line for a first down.
And Von Miller is down right at the 50-yard line, grabbing at his left leg. That's the ankle that he had a high ankle sprain on earlier in the year. And for the first time, he's been healthy. And immediately you sense the air going out of this stadium as their best player is lying on the 50 as OU came back with 17 unanswered there in the third quarter.
We'll be right back. Aggie fans breathing a collective sigh of relief as the top defensive player Von Miller back on his feet, and our crack sideline reporter Jim Knox told us that it was a cramp, so he must sit out at least one play.
Yep. Game stopped because he was on the field, down on the field, so he comes out for a play, but it was just a left calf cramp. And now OU has an opportunity without Von Miller on the field to potentially go down the field.
Texas A&M showing a three-man rush. They do throw it quickly out in the area of Ryan Broyles, who escapes down the sideline and gets a first down. Are you kidding me? They had him wrapped up. Wow.
What athleticism from Broyles. Missed tackle on the outside. Looked like they're going to corral him right at the line of scrimmage. They do a great job, but Dustin Harris misses the tackle. Broyles just spins out of it.
Jones goes back to the air looking for the home run. Incomplete, intended for Kenny Stills.
He didn't throw it on his feet. You've got to throw that ball on time, and the timing is not kept in your head, it's kept in your feet. And that's why Kenny Stills was all the way out of bounds. Even though he was maybe interfered with, he was all the way out of bounds as Frederick comes in to break the basket with his right hand.
And the ball wasn't there yet. So A&M gets a break. No foul call. 2nd and 10. They go to Murray, and he's taken down on a great defensive play by Lucas Patterson.
He read it beautifully. He so slow played it. As soon as you get stymied at the line of scrimmage of his defensive end, he just stopped, and he either's going to get his hands up to block the pass or be there for a screen. He was there for the shovel pass, made the tackle.
Now 3rd and 11. They dump it off. It's incomplete. It was a tough catch for DeMarco Murray, but right there with him was Eddie Brown Jr., and it would have been a loss on the play. So it's advantageous that it's incomplete. 4th down and 11. And there's Von Miller back in the game, but stretching himself out. That cramp on the left side bothering him one more time.
He's played so well tonight, you know, and played so many plays. Again, these teams snap the football so much. I mean, OU's already up to 76 snaps with 13:44 left in this game. That's a whole game for another team. And so this Aggie defense having a hard time getting themselves off the field.
They're going to go for the field goal, and this will be a long one from 48 yards out. It will come from Patrick O'Hara, who hit one from 45 earlier. We'll call it 49. They fake it. They want to go. And the pass is incomplete, intended for James Hanna, right in his hands. A&M holds.
That's John Nemo, a quarterback on this roster. They go for the fake, and he delivers a dime right on the chest of James Hanna, who drops it. That is a touchdown. 2 big opportunities missed tonight for OU. Landry Jones overthrew Kenny Stills, and now Nemo can't believe that his perfect pass is dropped by James Hanna at the 1-yard line. What a call and great execution, then Hanna drops it.
Tannehill stays in the football game for A&M, and the Aggies do go to the ground to Cyrus Gray.
You can sense that might be happening, a 54-yard field goal. Nemo stands up, and that is a perfect throw. James Hanna has got to make that catch.
2nd and 6. Back to Gray. First down to the 50, to the 45.
What a chess match we're seeing here tonight. The defensive front four for Oklahoma got going on the last couple of series. And what does A&M do? They go back to the run. As James Hanna has to sit there and watch A&M go down the field after he dropped a short touchdown.
A&M with a very young offensive line trying to hold off the Sooners. Tannehill back to the air, completes the pass. This is Wachiku. He's got another first down near the 30-yard line where Jamel Fleming had to make the tackle. So Tannehill bouncing back after a rough third quarter. And Wachiku, Jeff Fuller, excuse me, is the man down. Number 8, Jeff Fuller. We'll check his injury for you when we come back. Texas A&M with a 19-17 lead, but they just lost their best player as a wide receiver, Jeff Fuller, with 11 touchdown catches this year. He hurt his back and now going to the locker room. Let's take a look at it again.
As Wachiku was running to the middle of the field, Fuller's trying to get a block on Hurst and just gets rolled up on. I mean, I'm just thankful he wasn't rolled up on from the side, because that's when you talk about knees, but he's reaching for his back as he gets kind of bent backwards as the guy's on the back of his legs. Let's hope he is okay for A&M's sake and that he can get back in the game. Von Miller, their other great defensive player, he's been suffering from cramps, so A&M now in a little bit of a battle of attrition with OU. With all these snaps that we talked about, these two teams snap the football more than any other college teams in the country. 690 snaps coming into the game for A&M, 687 for OU.
But with Fuller out, can Oklahoma go 8 in the box and try and close out the run and force Tannehill to beat them? Instead, they go to the slot man, Ryan Swope, and Swope gets to the 23-yard line. Let's go to Jim Knox.
All right, Steve, word on the Aggies bench. Jeff Fuller, of course, went in the locker room. They're checking his right ankle. Also back spasms, they tell us. Return probable. Also, Von Miller continues to be hindered by those cramps. You know those cramps will linger all game long. He just has to hydrate, but it's too late now, guys.
Thank you, Knoxy. It's 3rd and 1. Here's the running back. Gray, first down to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Cyrus Gray. What a great run.
A&M abandoned the run game for a few series in the third quarter, and it came back to haunt them. OU ran off 17 points.
Cyrus Gray with his 3rd straight 100-yard game. And now 112 yards and the final dash for the touchdown.
And they come back with the run game on this series, and it pays off. The weak side zone, and Gray takes it in for the touchdown, 26-17. Aggies.
The Cadets and Reveille feeling pretty good about a Texas A&M 26-17 lead. Now let's take a look at our Toyota playbook.
Yeah, our Toyota playbook will show us that Texas A&M is going to get the double team up to the linebacker and seal him off, creating a big alley for Cyrus Gray to run on the weak side. Then Jamel Fleming does not make the tackle as the quarterback doesn't get off his block, misses a tackle. Not great effort from OU, and Gray spins all the way into the end zone for our Toyota moving forward playbook.
112 yards rushing now for Cyrus Gray on 19 carries. They're 5-0 when they have a 100-yard rusher, and somebody had to step up when Michael went down with a leg injury. Fuller is back on the field, warming up along the sideline. Jim Knox told us that he did have back spasms, went inside with the trainer, now back out. And Texas A&M has a 2-possession game. Here comes Oklahoma. DeMarco Murray. Cutting to the outside. Murray to midfield. out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Well, the Sooners needed a big play. They got it from DeMarco.
Well, they've needed him all game long. Very smooth on the kickoff return. He almost looks like he's gliding. The patience waiting for the hole. That's what every great kick returner needs. And then once you find it, you got to have the burst and explosiveness to get going. The only thing that OU got away with, there was a hold earlier in the return that they got away with. No penalties, no laundry on the field. And again, great field position for OU. Can they take advantage?
Inside 11 and a half to play. Jones looking to go deep. Scrambles away from pressure. But here comes the defense led by Michael Hodges, who's had a terrific game.
I don't understand why they're going away from the run game. That's what brought them back tonight against A&M, especially on first down. And what it does on first down, Steve, it gives you second and short. It's so much easier to play at 2nd and 6 and 5 rather than 2nd and 12.
Jones downfield, completes the pass for a first down. A wonderful catch for the true freshman Kenny Stills.
Good throw from Landry Jones on the run, and an even better catch from Kenny Stills on the outside because he knows he's going to take a shot from Trent Hunter, who's coming up from high. You see him almost punch over the ball right at the end. He knew he was there.
They look that way. They go downfield looking for the home run. Broken up by Terrence Frederick.
As a quarterback, you never want to put your wide receivers in a position to be a defensive back. And that's what just happens on this play. Kenny Stills almost has to bat that ball away. Landry Jones just throwing it into contested areas right now. Oklahoma's got to get back to running the football.
Jones 182 yards passing after he threw for over 450 last week against Colorado. Swings it left. Ooh, man, that was a dangerous area. The closest man to was Frederick, and it looked like it glanced off his leg.
A&M has done a great job on Ryan Broyles in that horizontal bubble game. They got people at the line of scrimmage, and more importantly, they're getting off blocks. You see how Frederick dips his left shoulder, avoids the block from Trey Franks, and is able to be there just in case Ryan Broyles catches that screen.
3rd and 10. A&M showing blitz from the left side, and here it comes. They dump it off to DeMarco Murray. Tries to cut back inside, can only get to the 20-yard line. Now, it'll be 4th down here. They could go for the field goal, making it a one-possession game.
That's exactly what you do. You're not in a position to go for a 4th and 5 at this juncture in the game. You send your kicking unit out there. You make it a one-possession game. You take the points when necessary, and that's what Bob Stoops is going to do right now.
Bob Stoops has suffered only one loss this year. It was 2 weeks ago, and his team went up to Columbia, Missouri, and lost to the Tigers. Patrick O'Hara, 4 for 5 this year. Hit one from 45 earlier tonight. This will be from 36, right hash mark. Swings it left. Wow.
That has not been a strength for the Sooners all year long. Their kicking game has let them down all year long, and Patrick O'Hara just hits a complete shank on this. You wonder if there was something wrong with the hold. It doesn't look like it. He just hits a bad. The low duck hook. I wonder if his foot hit before the football or something, because that ball was not hit anywhere near close to solid, and Stoops not happy with that effort.
He's got to be going. My guy DeMarco Murray makes a remarkable return to give us great field position. We've got to come up with some kind of points. Now it's Tannehill giving it to Gray, and Gray up near the 25. Sooners have been Jekyll and Hyde, road and home.
Yeah, they sure have. Since 06, best home team in the country, 30-0 since 06. Bob Stoops 71-2, but on the road 19-14. I mean, they've got to improve on the road, and that includes neutral site games.
Tannehill works it upfield and gets the football to Jeff Fuller, who had left the lineup due to the back injury. They'll have a 3rd and 1. 9 minutes left Not sure if they're going to have a measurement here. We do have an injured player on the field.
And all the stars seem to be going down. Travis Lewis now grabbing his right hamstring, potentially a cramp, and they're going to start stretching him out. Again, the battle of attrition going on right now with these defenses on the field for so many snaps and playing at such a high tempo. It's almost impossible for the human body to play at the level that these two defenses have played tonight and do it for as many snaps as they have with still 9 minutes left in the game.
Mike Sherman wants that clock to move. Fuller just made the catch to set the receiving record in a single season. Fans weekdays on FSN, it's the Dan Patrick Show. Don't miss exclusive guests, including high-profile athletes and celebrities, breaking sports news and unparalleled insider access and pop culture commentary. The Dan Patrick Show, weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on FSN. Lewis being helped off. The way they were stretching his legs clearly showed it was a cramp, but this is a significant one.
They don't go away, like Jim Knox told us earlier. Once you get a cramp, they're going to linger until you can rest completely.
3rd and 1. Sneaked by Tannehill. He's pulled back by a Sooner. Let's see where they mark it. They give him the first down.
And now the clock becomes a factor. In a 2-possession game now, 8:46, 8:45, and moving down. OU's got to get a stop and got to get off the field.
They were able to hustle Adrian Taylor back into the game. He's right now a nose guard on the center. Tannehill whips it downfield. It's broken up and almost intercepted. DeMontre Hurst.
This secondary is playing as well as they have all year long. DeMontre Hurst gets his hands on another Tannehill pass. They batted down 11 last week against Colorado, which is their highest for the season. They're doing much of the same here tonight.
Swope in the slot. They go back to Gray. Gray with a good hole and spins forward a 7-yard gain. Let's go to Jim Knox.
I see directly behind me Travis Lewis on the bench. You see the trainers are working on him, stretching out both legs. You know, he's trying to inhale Gatorade as much as possible, but it's too late right now. They're just trying to work the cramps out. He's in a lot of pain.
So they've lost their top tackler. Over 300 in his career. Tannehill downfield. He's got Swope wide open. Is this the backbreaker?
A broken coverage from OU leads to Swope being wide open down the middle of the field. Tannehill doesn't miss him, and he takes it in for a touchdown.
64 yards. Tannehill to Ryan Swope, and he was wide open for 64.
Let's take another look. When the wide receiver's wide open, you don't want to miss him. Tannehill doesn't, and Ryan Swope makes it a big lead, 33-17, Texas A&M.
The ever-improving Ryan Swope, and he is playing big time today. 8 catches for 136 yards.
Oklahoma's playing half into the boundary. That means that the safety, Quentin Carter's got to have deep responsibility. He makes a mistake, stays on Jeff Fuller on the inside, and as soon as he bites right there, Swope heads right down the seam and is wide open. Looks like Jamel Fleming gets beat, but in actuality, Quentin Carter missing out, a missed opportunity, missed assignment for Quentin Carter in the half coverage, and now the Cadets get to do their business.
That's a tradition here in College Station. And if you can beat Oklahoma, you can get the longest kiss of the night. Number 8 Sooners coming in, and Texas A&M is 0 for 3 against ranked opponents this year. This would be a huge win for Mike Sherman. Big 12 College Football Saturday is presented by Philips Television, so amazing you won't be able to take your eyes off of it. And brought to you in part by Allstate. Dollar for dollar, nobody protects you like Allstate. Are you in good hands? We've been today here at College Station, one of the great places for college football, and Ryan Swope, last year as a freshman, had a solid season, but he's taken off and getting better every single month this year.
Yeah, I mean, 19 catches, that's solid for a young kid getting his feet wet, but you got a +8 to these October games, now into November. 8 catches for 136 tonight and a touchdown. He's just been an absolute great addition to what Texas A&M does offensively. Clearly their #1 option is Jeff Fuller, but Oklahoma has done a great job on Jeff Fuller. That's why I think Quentin Carter bit on Jeff Fuller's inside route from his outside position. He was #1 on that touchdown. He runs an inside route, Quentin Carter stays down, and Swope gets that vertical seam and runs for a touchdown. But boy, the 12th man is into it, the Aggies are into it, and they got the big lead, 33-17.
There's offsides in the kicking team, so Texas A&M will kick off from the 25. Short kick. Oklahoma will have it at the 39-yard line with 7:45 left. Hanna taking it, but still down by 33-17. And that guy flew out there to get that kicking tee and flew back to the sideline. Landry Jones. This is a guy who knows how to win. Led his New Mexico team, Artesia, New Mexico, to back-to-back state championships. Opened this year 7-1. Goes underneath to Ryan Broyles, who's kind of grabbed by the collar and taken down by Michael Hodges.
They're used to going fast, but they're going to have to go ultra fast now. With this deficit, they got to get this ball in the end zone before 5 minutes.
Trailing by 16. First down at the 43-yard line, because if they score, they're going to go for 2. Then they need to score and go for 2 again just to tie things up.
Exactly. You need all the time that you possibly can. There's got to be a sense of urgency, but you can't panic. You still have to execute.
Flag goes flying.
Legal substitution on the defense. 12 men on the field when the ball snapped. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Texas A&M trying to run people on and off the field, and they have to have a sense of urgency. I believe that was Porter who got caught still on the field. Sean Porter, number 10, trying to get off to the sidelines and didn't quite get off the field. OU snapping the football with tremendous pace right now.
If A&M can win, it will be in spite of 13 penalties. Jones with a 1st and 5. Catch made by the true freshman Trey Franks. The 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Philips Television.
It's the all-important 1st and 10 line because that stops the clock right now.
Murray slides forward, gets the first down to the 20.
Runs to the A&M 21, tackled by number 17.
Von Miller down again with cramps after the Murray run. This is exactly when it's a perfect opportunity in the 2-minute drill. And yes, there's 6:43 left, but it's a 2-possession game. You've got to get a score right away. It's the perfect opportunity. The defensive ends are racing upfield. They got their ears pinned back. You hand the football off, you can crease the defense and get an easy first down and stop the clock. It's as good as a pass in that situation.
But one more time, Miller's going to have to come out for at least one play. And this is twice this has happened to Von Miller. Excuse me, 3 times it's happened to Von tonight. But it tells you the intestinal fortitude of these athletes to compete despite the pain.
That was the 86th snap of the game for Oklahoma. Von Miller has been on the field for most of them, and he's been a force for most of them. You talk about maximum effort for close to 84, 83 snaps in the game. racing upfield, pinning your ears back, trying to rush the quarterback. That's tough to do, and now his body is taking the toll.
We've seen it happen to two linebackers, Von Miller for Texas A&M and Travis Lewis for Oklahoma.
For OU tonight, it's been miscues and missed opportunities. Right off the bat, the safety. Landry Jones just drops the football. And then later, early in the game, he's got Kenny Stills wide open and misses him. They've had a 4th and goal situation. They don't get Miller blocked. And then the poor attempt, or excuse me, first it was the fake field goal right in the hands of James Hanna. He drops it. And now the field goal that was shanked by Patrick O'Hara. So OU has shot themselves in the foot. Texas A&M, Steve, they've shot themselves in the foot as well with the penalties at some key situations. So two teams trying to win despite themselves here, and A&M in position to do so.
You have to admire the effort from Von Miller, who is spectacular in the first half, in the face of Landry Jones every play.
Great. I mean, just great game from Von Miller.
First down at the 21. Jones very quickly to DeMarco Murray, who gets out of bounds at the 15. The 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Phillips Televisions. We're in the 4th quarter. 6.5 left. A&M leading by 16. Murray smashes forward very close to a first down. We may have a mark, which would stop the clock, but right now it's moving. I thought they might measure here as Von Miller trying to get healthy on that sideline. First down is Jones with the sneak.
Yeah, it's a great play. You stop the clock with the first down. It'll potentially set again. Actually, he's inside the 10, so it'll be 1st and goal. This clock will wind. They need to get him up. But again, we got players on the field. What a tough matchup we've had tonight, and that's number 92, Jonathan Mathis, the junior from Houston, Texas, who was at the bottom of that pile after the quarterback sneak from Jones.
This has been a heck of a ball game, and Texas A&M trying to become bowl eligible with a victory. And the Big 12 has 5 teams already bowl eligible. Make it 6 with Kansas State's win over Texas today. That was the Wildcats' 6th win.
Iowa State close to getting that win over Nebraska. Paul Rhodes going for the 2-point conversion in overtime. That would have been their 6th win.
And then you've got the South that Bob Stoops is trying to win. But right now it's ruled by Oklahoma State after impressive victory over Baylor today. And there it is, the Cowboys right now at 4-1 and 8-1 overall.
Texas A&M creeping up those standings. You look at their opportunities that they've got late in the year now with the visions of going 3-2 within the conference. So this conference definitely getting interesting as Jonathan Mathis, the junior college transfer from Blinn Junior College, leaves the field. A lot of backups on the field right now for Texas A&M. This has been a tough battle for the Aggies defense.
Blitz coming from the inside. No, they'll rush 3 and they'll drop the 2 backers. Then they get the football to Ryan Broyles, who dives forward to the 5-yard line. Ryan Broyles just tied the Oklahoma career receptions mark. How about that?
This is where you got to make a play. Red zone, you got to score a touchdown. You got to do it quick. As a quarterback, you got to make a throw right now.
They give her the football to the running back, to DeMarco Murray, who hammers his way to the 1-yard line and almost into the end zone. They say he was down inches short. Coach Stoops saying, hurry up, guys, to that line of scrimmage, get in that end zone. Murray leaped the top earlier in this game for a score. He has 61 in his career. They will sneak it. And Landry Jones, no mark yet.
It'll be 4th down as the clock continues to run. Oklahoma's got to get lined up. Got to go for this on 4th down. Now the substitution's taking place. This is the game with 4:45 left. A&M with an opportunity to get the ball back. 4th and goal for OU.
That defensive line for Texas A&M has been excellent tonight. The officials want to take a look at the play again. A review coming.
It's always hard to get a great look as the quarterback goes into the pile. Here's another angle. This should give us a better idea. Landry Jones. He looks like he's short. He's never down. Momentum definitely stops. There his knee is down. I see his knee, don't see the ball. This is going to be short of the goal line, I would suspect, Steve, and this will be a fourth down opportunity. That's what they'll say. They make the ruling. So here we go, 4th and goal. Texas A&M, the opportunity to get off the field defensively, keep OU off the board on this drive, which they've done all 4th quarter. They've done a great job keeping OU off the board in this 4th quarter.
Do you sneak or go to Murray? Remember, Miller is back in the game. Fullback in the game. They give it to the fullback, and Miller can't get in. What defense by the Aggies!
What a stop for Texas A&M. OU goes to the true freshman, Trey Millard, on the straight fullback dive. Always dangerous because you're taking the ball away from the line of scrimmage without a lead blocker. You've got to have offensive linemen that are going to win the point of attack. They get a decent push, but A&M stops him short. What a great stop for A&M. Here's another angle. You take a look, and he is clearly stopped short. What an effort from this defense tonight. They have played a great game for Texas A&M and Mike Sherman. Tim DeRuyter has got to be thrilled with his starting 11, some of the backups who've gotten in. What a performance.
Arizona State will take on USC. That's our next game on Fox Sports Net. The sneak by Tannehill. A 16-point lead by Texas A&M.
Second charge in the second half. 30 seconds by now.
Texas A&M started the year against 3 non-conference opponents. None of them were really strong teams. Then they lost 3 straight games, and they are trying to win their 3rd straight in conference play. And as we take a look at our eHarmony stats, the rushing yards, 62 yards rushing in the second half for Oklahoma, but they made too many mistakes.
They did.
And they shot themselves in the foot, and it will cost them tonight.
They didn't capitalize on those opportunities that they did have, and when you don't capitalize on opportunities in the Big 12 on the road, you're going to lose the game. You know, the 2 basically touchdown passes. Hannah drops it. Landry Jones overthrew Kenny Stills. They had the safety to start things off. They gave up a kickoff return for a touchdown, and they were 2 for 5 on 4th down.
And you also
can't
had
do that and win.
That tremendous kickoff return by Ryan Broyles, who gets you in field goal range, and you come up with nothing.
Well, they've had way too good a field goal, excuse me, not field goal, starting field position the entire second half, and haven't gotten enough out of it. Only 17 points. And all the credit in the world for that fact has to go to A&M and their defense, because what they were able to do, both game plan wise and effort wise, to this OU offense was sensational tonight.
Oklahoma only averaging 3.2 yards per play. That man's defense, Von Miller, was spectacular tonight. Ryan Broyles on the other side, they were able to limit Ryan, one of the great receivers in the league. He did have 8 catches, but for just 59 yards. Here's the punt, and it's blocked out of the end zone. So there's your 2 points. They still need 2 touchdowns with still 3.5 left.
They needed that to be recovered. They did not need that to just be a safety. I don't know why you wouldn't be foot to foot inside your own 5. You're allowing guys to run directly at your punter through the A gaps, which is the shortest distance to your punter. I've never understood that. You got to go tight punt inside the 5-yard line. Epperson takes way too long. He pauses and gets the punt blocked. But then OU looking for the recovery and don't get it. I was watching Bob Stoops during that play, and his shoulders actually slumped over after they blocked it because it actually went out of the end zone.
It looked like Emmanuel Jones with the block of the punt.
You know that they're going to be coming after it. That's their only way. Emmanuel Jones gets it. You know that they're going to send 10 or 11, Steve, to block that kick. So why you wouldn't go tight punt formation is beyond me. You're inside your 5. You're not even deep enough to get in a normal punt formation. You got to go foot to foot. You can't allow a guy to run right through the A gap.
That's Nelson, the linebacker. There are 225s on the Sooners, and Corey Nelson, the true freshman from Dallas Skyline, was able to submarine through the middle and get his hands on that football. The Sooners trailing 33-19. Now we'll get the football back. They need to score right now and perhaps go for the onside kick. Trey Franks brings the football back just past the 30. So once again, great coverage by the special teams for Texas A&M. 3:26 to go.
And now after 93 snaps, the defense is going to be asked to go do it again and get after Landry Jones and the quarterback, because OU is going to have to sit in the pocket. They're going to have to go down the field and try to find vertical seams. There's not enough time to sit there and piece your way down the field. So this is Von Miller time for Texas A&M. He's got to get pressure on Landry Jones.
Miller coming off the edge. They whip that football right into the hands of Kenny Stills for a short gain. That will keep the clock moving. But Miller was
got to go down the field.
And Jones, though, he could feel that heat coming.
He could feel that heat, but you still have to try to find a way to go down the field, make first downs to stop the clock.
Once again, he steps up this time and dumps it off for the first down to DeMarco Murray, and Murray escapes to the 45 in A&M territory.
Great pocket presence from Landry Jones. You know Von Miller is going to speed rush. He doesn't have a secondary move, so you've got to have the presence to be able to step up in the pocket. Jones does it beautifully.
They're trying to go deep. It's incomplete. Clock stops with 2:36 remaining in this football game. It will be second down and 10 yards to go.
I've always found that a great play in this scenario is the deep out route or a stop route at about 18 yards, because the secondary, primary in their mind is they don't want to get beat deep. So you get on their toes, you force them to backpedal, stop right there at 18 yards, you deliver the ball for a first down, and you can get out of bounds.
Jones goes underneath. Trey Franks gets the first down inside the 35-yard line, killing the clock at 2:29. Judy on the tackle. And Von Miller for the 4th time experiencing those cramps. And it's that left leg again. He has been part of the tremendous Aggie defense tonight.
They have done a great job of getting after the quarterback, bowing their neck in crucial situations. Twice tonight on 4th down inside the 1. They've gotten it done, and they've tackled well. They've been in great position, and then when Von Miller has been asked to get after the quarterback, he has done just that. getting after Landry Jones, forcing him to throw the ball before he wants to, and then down the field, they were able to make plays and run with the Oklahoma wide receivers. This is that second, fourth down. Sean Porter, Von Miller, and the inside guys, Lucas Patterson, Jonathan Mathis, they have played a sensational game tonight. You cannot overstate what they have done. Now 97 snaps into this football game, and the effort that they have put out has been tremendous.
This is the 29th meeting between Texas A&M and Oklahoma. Sooners lead the series 18-10. They've won the last 7. I mean, A&M was able to upset, at that time, #1 Oklahoma in 2002, and that was here at Kyle Field. This time, they're trying to upset #8 Oklahoma. Jones, pump fake. Now flips it away. They'll try it again.
That's a good decision out of the pocket. Interception ends the game. You just throw it out of bounds. You come back, you snap it again, you try to find another seam, but Texas A&M secondary, boy, they've played great today. Frederick Campbell, Hunter, Judy, and Harris have been all over these Oklahoma wide receivers.
Broyles was the game breaker last week against Colorado. He looked to Murray, now swings it to Murray, but over his head. It is 3rd and 10 with 2:15 left in the game.
Clearly 4th down territory. Landry Jones knows that. Didn't have what he liked on that play either. The offensive line has held up well, but that was with Von Miller out of the game. Von Miller now back up there at the top of your screen.
Jones downfield. Man open. First down to Kenny Stills. That was the 100th play of the game for the Sooners. They still have a chance.
What a throw from Landry Jones. Had some pressure in the pocket and delivers a great ball to Kenny Stills on the sidelines.
Broyles slot right side. Downfield he goes, incomplete, looking for Ryan in the back of the end zone, but they had 2 Aggies covering him.
A moment ago, Landry Jones running towards the throw, and Kenny Stills finds the hole against cover 2, that dead area between the corner and the safety, and he started to sit down for Landry Jones. That's what allowed the completion.
James Hanna is the tight end on the right side. A lot of times they'll forget about Hanna because of the talented wide receivers. Well, Hanna has 7 catches coming into the game, and 5 of those were for touchdowns. Instead, they give it to Murray. He tries to blast the left side and taken down at the 3.
What a great defensive effort again, because OU's having to take too much time now inside the 5, trying to speed up the pace of the game, but Texas A&M not allowing them in the end zone.
Murray again taken down. It's 4th down and goal. Can you believe this?
I don't understand the run calls, Steve. It's allowing the clock to run. You haven't been successful running the football inside the 5 all night.
They run it again to Murray. He's stopped again. Great defense by Dustin Harris, number 22, and Von Miller, the outside linebacker, who's played like the All-American he is.
What an effort. I have never seen a defense with this type of effort 3 different times inside the 5-yard line. Dustin Harris ultimately getting DeMarco Murray down, but you've got to credit this front and the front 7 for Texas A&M. They have played their butt off. 104 snaps, and to bow your neck like that after 103 snaps, and on the 104th, you bow your neck and you keep OU out of the end zone. And now it's time for the best formation in football, the victory formation for the Aggies.
What a huge win this will be for Mike Sherman. This will be number 6. He won 6 last year and got to the Independence Bowl because they have a monster schedule to finish the year. At Baylor next week, then Nebraska at home, then going to Austin, Texas to take on the Longhorns.
On the 3-game winning streak now, and Ryan Tannehill comes in. He didn't play great throughout the game, Steve, but he won the game, and that's most important. As a quarterback and a head coach, you're judged by two things: winning and winning. And right now, Ryan Tannehill has given this Texas A&M team and Mike Sherman some life here in College Station.
Texas A&M's first win over Oklahoma in 8 years. They knock off the number 8 team in the nation. Let's go to Jim Knox.
All right, thank you, Steve. Coach, congratulations. You knock off the 8th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners. You do it with defense. Von Miller's unstoppable today as you get the water bath. The only thing that stopped Von Miller were leg cramps. How about your defense?
Well, I can't say enough about them. How many 4th and 1s, the goal line stands we had. They played great. They played with a great heart today. Played with the heart of an Aggie today, and I'm proud of them.